do well সেটা সে ক্রিকেট এমন আমরা তো বলি গৌরবময় অনিশ্চয়তার খেলা, যেটা আমরা এখন আলাপ করছি ঠিক বিপরীতটা আমি আশা করি যে ঘটবে এবং ইংল্যান্ড খুব তাড়াতাড়ি উইকেট লস করবে এবং আমরা একটা জয়লাভ করব। সেটা তো সবাই চায়, কিন্তু প্র্যাকটিক্যালি চিন্তা করলে কিছু কিছু জিনিস আছে যা যা একটু কনফিউশন ক্রিয়েট করেছে আমাদের।
সবাই দূর থেকে যা দেখে, আপনারা দুজন একটু ভিন্নভাবে দেখেন। আপনি সাবেক ক্রিকেটার এবং আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কমেন্ট্রিতে আজকে অনেক বছর ধরে শামীম ভাই। আমি একটু কোচের সাইকোলজিটা একটু জানতে চাচ্ছি, আপনার কাছে কি মনে হয় এই প্লেইং 11-এর পিছনে কোচের সাইকোলজিটা কি কাজ করতে পারে?
ডেফিনেটলি দেখেন, যে জিনিসটা বললাম একটু ডিসিশনটা হয়তো সবার কাছে আমার কাছে সারপ্রাইজিং লাগছে।
ক্রিস ওকস বলেছেন, বাংলাদেশের হাতুরু বলেছেন, এমনকি পরে আদিল রশিদের সাথে আমি কথা বলেছি, তিনিও বলেছেন যে লো এবং স্লো একটা উইকেট তারা এক্সপেক্ট করছেন। তার মানে খুব বেশি রান এক্সপেক্ট করার জায়গাটা আসলে নেই এবং বাংলাদেশ 3 জন পেসার নিয়েছে, বোঝাই যাচ্ছে যে বাংলাদেশও এমন কিছু একটা প্ল্যান করেছে। খুব বেশি টোটাল এখানে করার সুযোগটা হয়তো থাকবে না। লেটস সি, খুবই টাইট ফাইট একটা অপেক্ষা করছে আমার মনে হয় জোহর আহমেদ চৌধুরী স্টেডিয়াম থেকে। ব্যাক টু দ্য স্টুডিও।
আমরা কিন্তু এটা ধারণা করেছি, ফাহিম স্ট্যাট দিচ্ছিলেন যে এই মাঠে হচ্ছে 145 কিন্তু স্কোর, এভারেজ স্কোর। সেদিক থেকে বাংলাদেশের এক্সপেকটেশন এবং স্কোয়াড 11 দেখে কি মনে হচ্ছে যে অ্যাকচুয়ালি উইকেটটা তো স্লো হচ্ছে যেমনটি হয়ে থাকে?
বরাবরই আমাদের উইকেট তো সবসময় স্লো অ্যান্ড লো থাকে, বাট ওইটাই বলছিলাম, ওই একটা অ্যাডভান্টেজ আমরা নিতে পারি। কেন ইংল্যান্ড হচ্ছে অ্যাটাকিং ক্রিকেট খেলা পছন্দ করছেন। আর যদি আপনি স্টার্স দেখেন সবাই 140 150, তো ওই একটা জায়গায় আপনি যখন অ্যাটাক করবেন, ওটা যদি আপনি ভালো জায়গায় আপনি বল করতে পারেন, সেটা আপনাকে ওদেরকে থামিয়ে দিতে পারবে। কারণ আপনি যখন স্পোর্টিং যদি উইকেট থাকে অ্যাটাক করলে ওইটা আমরা ব্যাকফুটে চলে যাবো, এটা ওরা ব্যাকফুটে যাওয়ার সুযোগ আছে। যেহেতু ওই সেন্সেই সাকিব যে আজকে ফিল্ডিং নিয়েছেন, আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে যদি ওদেরকে আমরা বান্ডেল আউট করতে পারি যত কম রানে, যেহেতু এখানে ব্যাটিং করাটা একটু টাফ, যেহেতু উইকেটের কথা বলছে বা লো উইকেট স্লো উইকেট, আমি জানি না কেমন খেলবে। আজকে একটা ফ্রেশ ডে, ওই একটা জায়গায় আমার সাকিব এই ডিসিশন নিয়েছে। ওই আমার কাছে আবার যেভাবে ব্যাটিং অর্ডার বাংলাদেশে আপনি দেখেছেন, 5-6 জনের টপ অর্ডার
ব্যাটিং অর্ডারের কথা যখন বললেন, আমাদের কিন্তু 4 জন ওপেনার রয়েছে, আজকে ওপেন করবে কোন দুইজন?
আমার কাছে মনে হয় হয়তো এখানে লিটন দাস থাকবেন, আর তৈরি যেহেতু একদমই ফ্রেশ, একদম দেবু, ওনাকে ওনার জায়গায় এটা সুযোগ দেওয়া উচিত। যেহেতু রনি তালুকদার অলরেডি কিন্তু বাংলাদেশ টিমে খেলেছেন, একটু এক্সপিরিয়েন্স, আবার আপনার এখান দিয়ে শান্ত 4-3-এ খেলেছেন। আমার তৈরি ওর জায়গাটা ব্যাটিং করানো উচিত, ফলোড বাই লিটন দাস।
ওকে, সেক্ষেত্রে আসলে তৌহিদ হৃদয়ের আসলে ডেবিউ নিয়ে মাশরাফি বিন মুর্তজা বলেছিলেন ইটস আর্লি, মানে তার জন্য একজন ইয়াংস্টারের জন্য একটা সিরিজ, একটা ইভেন্ট ভালো খেলার পরই তাকে আসলে জাতীয় দলে ডাকা। আপনি সেই জায়গাটায় কতটুকু একমত?
আমি বরাবরই বলে থাকি, যে কোনো প্লেয়ারকে বাদ দেওয়ার আগে ওকে ম্যাক্সিমাম সুযোগ দিয়ে বাদ দেওয়া উচিত। যে কোনো প্লেয়ার, সে সিনিয়র প্লেয়ার হতে পারে, জুনিয়র প্লেয়ার হতে পারে, নিউ কামার হতে পারে। আর যখন যাকে
ম্যাক্সিমাম সুযোগটা কত ম্যাচ? 100
না 3-4-5টা ইনিংস, যারা এই টাইপের ডেবিউ হবে, তুমি এই সিরিজটা খেলবা, একদম মন ওকে নেগেটিভ কথা বলা যাবে না, কে আমরা তুমি খারাপ করলে বাদ দিব। তুমি এই 4টা ম্যাচ তুমি শিওর তুমি খেলছো, তারপরে দেখা যাবে। ওই জায়গাটায় হৃদয় বা যে কোনো প্লেয়ারই হোক, আমার কাছে মনে হয় যেহেতু আরেকটু রিফান্ড করে যে কোনো প্লেয়ার সুযোগ দেওয়া উচিত।
যেহেতু হেক্টিক একটা ডিসিশন, তৌহিদ হৃদয়ের কথা বলছিলাম, তার আসলে স্ট্রাইক রেট 140
কারেন্ট ফর্মের জন্য ওই স্ট্রাইক রেটের জন্য সিলেক্টরে একটা মানে সুযোগ নিয়ে দেখি লেট ট্রাই, অনেককে সুযোগ দিয়েছে তো এই জায়গাটায়। আমাদের একটাই তো প্রবলেম, একটা হচ্ছে আউট হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
বাকি দুটো টি20 তেও আমরা তাদেরকে দেখবো,
আমার বিশ্বাস এটাই হওয়া উচিত,
সেটা কি হয়
একটু পরিপূর্ণ সুযোগ দেওয়া উচিত।
ডেফিনেটলি। আমি একটু ফাহিমের কাছ থেকে শুনি। ফাহিম, ব্যাটিং অর্ডার নিয়ে কথা হচ্ছিল, যেমনটি বেলিম ভাই বললেন যে 1 নম্বরে 2 নম্বরে কারা থাকছে সেটা তো বোঝা গেল। আপনি একমত কিনা সেই সাথে 3 এবং 4 নম্বরে কাকে দেখতে চান?
এটা ডিপেন্ড করবে, কমপ্লিটলি এটা ডিপেন্ড করবে। ধরেন যদি বাংলাদেশ মোটামুটি একটা রান তাহলে লিটন কুমার দাস শান্তই আসলে ওপেনিং এ থাকবে, কারণ নাজমুল শান্ত ইংল্যান্ডের ফাস্ট বোলারদেরকে ফেস করে ফেলেছে, যারা খেলছে ক্রিস ওকস বা আপনার জফরা আর্চার বা মার্কুট, তাদেরকে নাজমুল শান্ত খেলেছে ওয়ানডে সিরিজে, সুতরাং তার কাছে নতুন কিছু হবে না। কিন্তু যদি এরকমটা হয় যে বাংলাদেশ রান চেস করতে নেমেছে 180+, 180-র উপরে, যেখানে পাওয়ার প্লে 6 ওভার খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট এবং 6 ওভারে আপনাকে মোর দ্যান হয়তো 50 রান করতে হবে, সেক্ষেত্রে ডেফিনেটলি টিম ম্যানেজমেন্ট চিন্তা করবে যে তৌহিদ হৃদয়কে পাঠিয়ে রিস্ক নিয়ে কিছু রান করে ফেলা। কারণ তৌহিদ হৃদয় বিপিএল এ আসলে অলমোস্ট 150 স্ট্রাইক রেটে ব্যাট করেছে, তখন হয়তো তৌহিদ হৃদয়কে পাঠানো হতে পারে বা রনি তালুকদারকে চিন্তা করা হতে পারে, আমরা আসলে এই ব্যাপারে জানি না। তবে একটা ব্যাপার যেটা আমরা বুঝতে পারলাম সেটা হচ্ছে সাকিব আল হাসান, বাহাদুর সিং বা বাংলাদেশের টিম ম্যানেজমেন্ট তারা কারেন্ট ফর্মটাকে ভ্যালু দিয়েছে, এবার মূল্যায়ন করেছে এবং বিপিএল এর টপ রান গেটার যারা রয়েছে, রনি তালুকদার 425 রান করেছে, তাকে প্লেইং 11-এ খেলানো হচ্ছে, তৌহিদ হৃদয় রান করেছে, তাকে প্লেইং 11-এ রাখা হয়েছে, শামীম পাটোয়ারি যে অনেক রান করেছে তা না, কিন্তু শামীম পাটোয়ারি 51 বলে 71 রানের একটা ইনিংস আসলে খেলেছিল এবারে বিপিএল এ, যেটা দুর্দান্ত একটা নক ছিল। শামীম পাটোয়ারিকে ফিনিশিং রোলেই আসলে মূলত চিন্তা করা হয়েছে এবং সাকিব আল হাসান 7 জন ব্যাটসম্যান নিয়ে কিন্তু খেলছেন, 4 জন বোলার। সাধারণত বাংলাদেশে 8 জন ব্যাটসম্যান নিয়ে খেলে, 3 জন টি-20 বোলার নিয়ে খেলছে। সো এটাও কিন্তু একটা বড় ধরনের পরিবর্তন। সো বাংলাদেশ যে টি-20 ফরম্যাটে আসলে একটা নতুন শুরুর দিকে যাচ্ছে সেটা অন্তত পক্ষে বোঝা যাচ্ছে লাইন আপ দেখে বা গেম প্ল্যান দেখে। এখন এটা যে আজকেই ক্লিক করবে নট নেসেসারি, বাট ক্লিক করলেও করতে পারে।
রাইট। তবে আপনি যেমনটি বললেন বিপিএল এর উইকেট আর আজকের টি-20 উইকেট কিন্তু টোটালি ডিফারেন্ট, সেই জায়গায় একটু হলেও আমি দ্বিমত পোষণ করব হয়তো বা একটু জানতে চাই কত রানে তাদেরকে রেস্ট্রিক্ট রাখা উচিত এই উইকেটে।
প্রথমত আপনি কি ব্যাপারে দ্বিমত পোষণ করলেন সেটা আমি বুঝতে পারলাম না, যাই হোক।
আপনি যেমনটি বলছিলেন যে বিপিএল এর যে পারফরম্যান্স, তৌহিদ হৃদয়ের মানে স্ট্রাইক রেট এবং সেই সাথে রনি তালুকদারের পারফরম্যান্স,
আপনি বিপিএল এর বোলার আর ইংল্যান্ডের বোলিং লাইন আপ এটা তো কমপ্লিটলি ডিফারেন্ট। সো এই ব্যাপারটা তো সম্পূর্ণরূপে আলাদা। বিপিএল এ খেলা হয়েছে একরকম, ইংল্যান্ডের বিপক্ষে আপনি টপ কোয়ালিটি ফাস্ট বোলারদের পাশাপাশি আদিল রশিদ এবং মঈন আলীকে আপনার খেলতে হচ্ছে। সো টোটালি ডিফারেন্ট, সেটা নিয়ে তো আসলে কোনো প্রশ্নই আসে না। কিন্তু ফর্মের কথা বলে তারা ফর্মে থাকা ক্রিকেটার তাদেরকে আসলে খেলানো হচ্ছে। আর কত রানে আটকাতে হবে, আমার মনে হয় যে 160-র ভেতরে যদি ইংল্যান্ডকে আটকে দেওয়া যায় 160-র ভেতরে, তাহলে বাংলাদেশের একটা ভালো চান্স থাকবে আসলে ম্যাচটা জেতার।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফাহিম। যে কথাটি আসলে ফাহিমকে আমি প্রশ্ন করেছিলাম, বিপিএল এর উইকেট ব্যাটিং উইকেট ছিল, আমার আজকের যে উইকেট আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি সেটা কিন্তু স্লো, সেখানে ব্যাটিং করাটা খুব একটা সহজ হবে না। 160-র মধ্যে টার্গেটটাকে ফিক্স করতে বলেছেন, রেস্ট্রিক্ট করতে বলেছেন ফাহিম। আপনি কি বলেন, কতর মধ্যে আটকে রাখা উচিত?
অপরচুনিটি আসলে 130-40-তে আটকাতে হবে, কারণ আপনার 160 কিন্তু একটা ভালো ফাইটিং স্কোর, আপনি তখনই জিতবেন।
অপরচুনিটিটা আমাদের ক্রিয়েট করতেই হবে, সেক্ষেত্রে
কাজে লাগাতে হবে, হয়তো সুযোগ আসবে যে কোনো টপ লেভেলে আপনার ওই ভালো দলে বা ওই প্লেয়ার হয়, যখন সুযোগ আসে ওটা কাজে লাগা, যখন হাড্ডাহাড্ডি লড়াই হয়, ওই একটা জায়গার। আর দ্বিতীয় হচ্ছে অলওয়েজ, শুধু বাংলাদেশ টিম বলে না, যে কোনো লেভেলে ডোমেস্টিক আর ইন্টারন্যাশনাল যে কোনো ক্ষেত্রে, হয়তো ইংল্যান্ডের ভালো বোলিং সবকিছু ঠিক আছে, যে কোনো ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এবং ডোমেস্টিকে অনেক পার্থক্য হয়ে যায়। অনেক বড় বড় প্লেয়ার আসছে ডোমেস্টিকে, তারা উড়িয়ে ফেলছে, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল গিয়ে পারফর্ম করতে পারে না, ক্যারিয়ার শেষ হয়ে যায়। তো ওই একটা জায়গায় টোটালি ডিফারেন্ট মেন্টাল আর বাই কোয়ালিটি, দুইটাই পার্থক্য আমাদের ক্ষেত্রে বেশি হয়। আমরা বড় একটা কথা বলি, আমাদের ডোমেস্টিক ইন্টারন্যাশনাল অনেক পার্থক্য, আমরা স্ট্রাগলিং করি
ট্রুলি। তবে আজকে যেহেতু 4 জন বোলারের কথা বললেন ফাহিম এবং 3 জন পেসার, সেদিক থেকে আপনার কাছে কি মনে হচ্ছে?
এই জায়গায় আমি একটু দ্বিমত করি। আমি অলওয়েজ বিশ্বাস করি যদি ম্যাচ 140 বা 60 করতে হয়, আপনাকে ওই 5 জন ব্যাটসম্যান একটা অলরাউন্ডারই করবে। আপনি ব্যাটিং টেলটা বেরিয়ে, আপনি আমার কাছে মনে হয় যেহেতু টি-20 খেলা, যে কোনো বোলার রিমান্ডে পড়ে যায়, আপনাকে পার্টিকুলারলি মেইন 5টা বোলার নিয়ে যাওয়া উচিত। ফাইম বলেন 4টা বোলার নিয়ে গিয়েছে, কিন্তু আমার মনে হয়তো অকেশনে 2-1 জন আছেন, উনি তো দলে নেই,
নাসুম তো আছেন, সাকিব আল হাসান,
টোটাল 4-5টা স্পেশালিস্ট বোলার নিয়ে যাওয়া।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। লেটস সি হোয়াট হ্যাপেন। দর্শক, টস কিন্তু উইন করেছে বাংলাদেশ, দেখা যাক মাঠে কি হয়। অল দ্য ভেরি বেস্ট, কাউন্টডাউন বিগিনস, লেটস এনজয় দ্য ম্যাচ।
Hello and welcome to the Zahur Ahmed Chaudhry Stadium here in Chattogram for the Modumati Bank Limited T20 International Series powered by Mr. White Detergent Powder. It's the host side, Bangladesh, who take on the current world champions, England. Well, the one-day international series has just drawn to a close and everyone here in Bangladesh was thoroughly entertained by the performances that both sides put on. The first one-day international was won by England by 3 wickets, courtesy of a measured innings by David Malan. And then in the second one, in Mirpur, England won convincingly. Jason Roy was sensational with his 100. But you can't keep the Bangladeshis down. They came back with a wonderful all-round performance of Shakib Al Hassan and won that third and final one-day international in Chattogram by 50 runs. We move on now to the 3 T20 internationals, and believe it or not, this team has only played against each other once before, and that was in the T20 World Cup in 2021. And Bangladesh batted first, 124 for 9. It was never going to be enough against this scintillating England cricket team. And Jason Roy again, 61, ensuring that England won that only encounter by 8 wickets. You know that Bangladesh certainly favour white ball cricket, play really well in the ODI stuff, but here in the T20s they want to improve. England, they are sensational. An overall win percentage of 54%, pretty much a similar record both home and away. And they are a difficult team to beat when they have the white ball in hand. Bangladesh, they want to improve that overall performance. They certainly are better at home, but they are experimenting with some new players that have emerged into the squad courtesy of their performances in the Bangladesh Premier League that just concluded a couple of weeks ago. Well, it certainly appears to be a warm one out there. And for a closer inspection of conditions as well as the pitch, here is Dominic Cork.
Well, it's another warm day in Chattogram, 32 degrees, but what is good today is there's a nice breeze coming down from the northwest, so that'll help players. We look at dimensions, and they're slightly a little bit bigger on the leg side. It's the same strip as we're using in that third and final one-day international. So it's 64 metres either side square, and then 66 down and 66 down to the changing rooms as well. Right, I talked about this same surface of the third one-day international. We go down and we touch it. There was a little bit of water put on straight after the game, and you'd expect that here, but a little bit of water. There's still a lot of cracks. I'd expect it to play very similar to how the one-day international played. I think a lot of cutters into the surface. I don't think there'll be too much spin. Maybe it will grip a little bit, not as much as it did in Mirpur. But if you just follow me up here, I think one thing that the batters will look at is they'll look to maybe with the breeze, if you're this end, with the breeze coming off the right-hand shoulder, look for this sort of short boundary. So going towards 64 metres here, 64 metres here. So I think bowlers from that end will have to make sure they're bowling outside off stump. I think it's a top surface. Again, Bangladesh have only played England once in T20s, international T20s. I'd expect that whoever wins the toss look to have a bat first, get the runs on the board and defend.
Right, so Dominic Cork, he says have a bat first. All T20s here in Chattogram, it doesn't seem to matter whether you bat first or bat second, but it is a surface that has played well over the course of the ODI that was played here. Let's go downstairs now for the toss of the coin with Attar Ali Khan.
Right, the conditions here at the moment, the wind has just picked up, so at least the condition has been hot and humid. I've got the skipper from Bangladesh, Shakib Al Hassan. With him is Josh Butler, the England skipper, and the former one-day international player from Bangladesh, Niamur Rashid, as the match referee. Shakib will spin the coin. Heads. Heads is call. Head is the call. Shakib, your decision?
We'll field first. Yeah. We don't know what's the good score, on this pitch will be. So we'll let them bat first and try to chase it down.
Right. It's a format that you really want to do well because you had struggles in the past. What have you been telling your boys?
Yeah, we need to play with a lot of freedom. After the World Cup, this will be our first game, in T20 format. So a lot of the boys came in who performed really well during this BPL. So hopefully they can, perform for Bangladesh as well.
Yeah, some very exciting prospects, some new faces in your squad. Have you picked a new face?
Yes, I think Tauhid Ridoy is making his debut today.
Right. And you spoke about bowling first, but you still have to bowl nicely, especially in the first power play.
Yes, we need to assess the wicket, whether we bowl or bat first. As soon as we assess the wicket and bowl accordingly, I think we can then restrict England.
Is that the only change or the only new face for the one?
Yes.
For the first one? All right, thanks.
Thank
Go
you.
well. Just relatively new squad, not the full strength. good test for you.
Yeah, it is, but a squad full of experience as well, and a lot of guys who are usually with us. So that's bodes well, and we're looking forward to a good series.
Yeah, batting first, and you same pitch, same venue. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we would have looked to bat first, actually. Obviously, used wicket from the ODI match, so we saw how the conditions played a little bit there, and obviously a different format, so we'll have to adjust quickly.
Right, and you're looking at the team, the opposition, different format. It's more of an attacking game, isn't it? To go and express yourself early, especially early.
Yeah, absolutely. T20 it sort of encourages you to play with a lot of freedom. I think that's why it's one of such an enjoyable time for players to go out there and show off your talents. But that being said, you've got to work out what the best skills are on the day and on the given conditions.
And to your team news?
The two guys missing out are Rayan Ahmed and Reece Topley.
Right. Go well.
Thank you.
Thanks. Right. The news from the middle is that Bangladesh has won the toss and they will bowl first.
So Jos Buttler, he's a happy man. He wanted to have a bat first, and he is. The dynamic duo at the top of the order, Phil Salt and Jos Buttler, then the cricketing smart, the batting smart David Malan at 3. Duckett arrives into this squad, and then it's just all-rounders. Moeen Ali, Sam Curran, Chris Wokes, Adil Rashid, Chris Jordan. Lots of all-rounders there for England. A very powerful T20 unit. Alongside me, Shamim Chaudhry, Bangladesh.
Yes, big surprise. Good afternoon to you, HD. Afternoon, everyone. Shanto and Ronnie Talukdar now coming in after almost a gap of 100 games that Bangladesh have played in between the last time he played. And another factor is the inclusion of Shamim Patwari. It surprised me the replacement of Mehdi Hasan Miraj comes in. Others expected, but Tawhid Hridoy making his debut, as you heard earlier.
Fantastic to see Bangladesh rewarding those players who excel during the Bangladesh Premier League. Some exciting young players, and they find themselves now up against the world champions England. Jos Buttler will open the innings. Strike rate of 144, and that is a very fine average for T20 cricket. He'll be partnered by Phil Salt. Didn't get any runs in the one-day internationals, but this really is his preferred version of the game. Phil Salt. What about that for a strike rate? 161. That is someone that can do some damage.
They'll like to get after a flying start. Because surprise element for them is not getting used to a little bit of spin very first over of a T20 international. And Nasir Ahmed can just eke out the wickets. He won't be able to get too much turn off the track with the new ball, but he does angle the balls back in. He's normally quite a disciplined bowler early on.
All right, we're nearly ready to go. So the one-day international series was won by England 2-1. Now we have 3 matches, the T20 international format. Let's play with Mr. White Detergent Powder. So there was just a hint of turn in the surface, not a huge amount in the one-day international played here a couple of days ago. Off the mark immediately.
Just that little shortness of length, understandable, the very first ball. But Nasir Ahmed will be using that angle, maybe pitch it up a little further than he did with the first ball. For the right-handed Buttler, he's got a short third, backward point cover, extra cover, rather square, and a long off. There's a mid-on, backward square leg, and a fine leg.
A little bit surprised again with Bangladesh opting to go with spin, the new one. So Tuscan Ahmed, who's back in the side, missed the last one-day international. He's bowled well, bowled beautifully in the BPL as well.
A big surprise with 3 pacers in the team, and he opened up with a spinner, but Shakib always thinks out of the box and is trying that surprise element. Hope it works for him.
Oh, lucky, fortunate. This outfield is very, very quick. And those are fortunate runs.
They are indeed. I was mentioning that ball that he brings back in, doesn't gripped the surface, just carries on, and he bowls it with quite a bit of pace. Look at it, just kept on coming back at the batter. Oh, so close to that leg stump there.
Liton Das is the man with the gloves on. No Nurul Hassan. I'm a little bit surprised that Tanvir Islam doesn't get a game. I think he bowled beautifully in the Bangladesh Premier League, but I know that Asum and Shakib are the frontline spinners here in T20 cricket for Bangladesh.
I think 3 new inclusions are enough with the experimentation, so I think the option of getting Tanvir was not really on with the other choices.
Stroke, lovely stroke. First boundary and end of the first over, 9 without loss.
আজকে স্পেশাল ডে, ওই ড্রেসটাই পরেছিস তো যেটা গত বছর একসাথে কিনেছিলাম? ঘুরেই দেখ, চিটার, ইয়াংগেস্ট প্রেজেন্টার হয়েছিস আর নতুন ড্রেস কিনে ফেললি। এটা ঠিক না। এটাই ঠিক, তোর পাউডার ঠিক নেই, এটা তোর ড্রেসের উজ্জ্বলতা কেড়ে নিচ্ছে। আর তোরটা, এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি, ওরে দেখা দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি, দেখি, শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
স্পেশাল মুহূর্তগুলোতে নাশুক বাঁধা উকলা স্বীকৃত বাংলা লিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে থাকুন এগিয়ে সব সময় সবখানে। বাংলা লিংক।
এখন সুপার হোয়াইট 1000 গ্রাম প্যাক কিনলে একটি ডিটারজেন্ট জার ফ্রি। সুপার হোয়াইটে কঠিন দাগ দূর, সাদা ভরপুর।
Deep third and a deep square leg of the 2 boundary riders. Sweetly timed for 4. That's a lovely shot.
That's a delightful shot. First up, just the way he eased into that shot and struck it truly. Timing absolutely top class, and the placement meticulous. Didn't have a chance, any of the fielders in the deep. Look at that. Beauty to watch. Raced away to the boundary.
That's not a bad delivery at all. That's probably the length that he wanted to hit with his first delivery. So deep third has come up into the circle and slipper's gone to mid-wicket. Big appeal, but just drifting down the leg side, you'd feel. But here's some runs, overthrows.
That's not what you want. Getting a little overexcited with that effort to run the batter out. In the process, not enough time for Liton Das to come across and gather it, giving that extra run.
That's going down the leg side. Well, Bangladesh won the toss and decided that they would field first. What do you make of the surface?
The surface looked very dry, very flat. I was really surprised with that decision to bowl first. You'll see evidence of that very soon with the top England batters in the middle. And it also gives the opportunity for the team to bowl second to use some kind of wear and tear and get some purchase out of the wicket if you're bowling in the second innings.
Well, the first stroke that went for 4 through cover indicates that when bowling seam up, the ball skips on beautifully. The statistics tell you it's not really a problem whether you bat first or bat second. But what we have seen in the one-day internationals is that Bangladesh seem to perform better when their spinners can just get a stranglehold in the middle overs against the England batters. So it was a little bit of a surprise, but Shakib knows the surface, he knows this ground, he knows this team.
He's had a lot of thoughts put into his head by the think tank, of course, Chandika Hathura Singh, Rangana Herat, the spin bowlers, Alan Donald, the face coach.
Nicely bowled, but again, England always on the front foot, just a drop and run.
This is a good way of going about it. After that first ball boundary, it was easier to manipulate the balls. Two umpires officiating today, Masudur Rahman Mukul, standing in his 20th T20 International, partnered by the other Bangladesh umpire, Tanvir Ahmed, standing in his 15th.
A man on the cover boundary now. And on the cover boundary and one at deep square leg. Good over for England. 9 from it, 18 without loss.
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময়, অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ। খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড। মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স
Got a little bit of swing in the ODIs when given the new ball. Right, so now Bangladesh have decided to use the seamer, and it will be Mustafizur Rahman and his left armers. No slip. Again, similar field to that of Tuscan Ahmed. Deep square leg and a point on the boundary.
It's understandable that you are in a defensive frame of mind in a T20 match, but without a slip early on for a cutter, a bowler who bowls a lot of cutters, just show you the third umpire, Sharfuddin Ibn Shohid Shoikat from Bangladesh, and of course the match referee is Niamur Rashid Rahul.
Oh, there is real power there. Just a little bit of Ruby gave himself.
So quickly, so very quickly to position, and when he strikes them, a lot of power behind that. That is a crucial difference, I feel. England have top order, middle order, power hitters, and with this kind of moment, even he moved away, made a little room for himself, freed his arms, and straight as an arrow. It's not a very easy bowler to get away. A spectacular shot.
You've made mention of the power that England have at the top of the order. Since 2021, they're the best in the world inside the first 6. Scoring at over 8 to the over, 8.3 to the over inside the first 6. Just that immediately puts the opposition under pressure.
Tells you that Bangladesh have got to improve their power hitting in the first, in the power play. They're lagging behind. They're almost second last, I think, in that list that you mentioned.
But on the flip side of that, England may be the best inside the first 6 with bat in hand, but Bangladesh are the best with ball in hand in the first 6. They do happen to restrict opposition.
Well, they've got their work cut out here today. HD, they're going at 8.25 into the third over. The batters looking quite aggressive in their approach, Salt in particular. We'll have to really produce a magic delivery. They need a wicket early on.
That'll be a wide.
It's playing on his mind. You can see the approach of the batters. It's making him try something different. Maybe he's trying to shape the ball back into the right-hander. In the process, losing the line. Also trying to slow down the speed of the ball. If you try too many things at the same time, try and vary your lengths and lines at the same time, try to vary the pace of the ball. Just works in favor of the batter.
He's doing a steady job here, Mustafa Zur. Given the new ball for the first time in that last one-day international, and he did get a little bit of swing back into the right hand. I don't think there'll be too much swing here. Just a hint, maybe?
I think the batter backed away enough for him to just angle it towards him and try to cramp him for space. Any other occasion, you'd just swivel and put it away, or maybe even got it, left it for a wide down the leg side.
Good over, tidy over from the left armour. Just 5 from that one, 23 without loss.
এক বছরে এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
হালিম কে আনলো?
আনিনি, বানিয়েছে। ভালো হলে আমি, খারাপ হলে ভাইয়া।
দারুণ হয়েছে।
প্রায় সব করলাম আমি, আর নাম হলো ওর।
সবচেয়ে সহজে সবচেয়ে সুস্বাদু হালিম, রাঁধুনি হালিম। হালিম হোক রাঁধুনি হালিম। ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান, মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি, ওরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি, দেখি, শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
Gremlins. Nasum bowled the first over with his left arm spin and didn't really get anything and was immediately hooked. And now we've got seam from both ends. Again, lovely shot. Just such timing.
So much in common with the first delivery that he bowled and has put away in exactly that same area, just back of length enough for the batter to ride it comfortably. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just the sheer timing and that flick of the wrist and the quick movement of the wrist. Very strong lower wrist and right wrist, and it went racing away. Straight away the pressure on Taskin Ahmed.
Ball's coming onto the bat nicely. That would be what is termed back of the length. Just needs to be a touch fuller than that. Just a touch. Better. Doesn't stopping him from scoring now.
I don't think there are going to be too many deliveries that the batters are going to not score off. This is that kind of a format of known about their prowess in the power play. Take advantage of the fielding positions, particularly in the deep. At the moment, with that short third, rather square backward point, deep cover on the boundary, cover and an extra cover on the offside. On the onside, a mid-on, mid-wicket, and a deep square backward square leg, and a fine leg within 30.
Different types of players, Phil Salt and Josh Buttler. Josh Buttler likes to stand still, whereas Salt's happy to move around the crease, give himself room outside leg stump, create his own width. Very busy.
Salt is that kind of a batter who always tries to upset the rhythm of the bowler as he runs in just prior to point of release. A little bit of a shuffle or a movement backward will definitely catch the eye, and bowler will try and adjust to that little movement.
Oh, nicely bowled. Good pace as well, and bounce carry.
Well, something for the bowlers to be happy about. You've mentioned all the things, the ingredients of that bounce and the carry to Liton Kumar Dash, getting it near his head height. So that'll encourage Taskin Ahmed and the channel. Perfect.
It has beaten the outside edge, but Butler was trying to get that down to third man. The deep third is inside the 30-yard circle. He feels if he can just angle his bat, he can beat that man.
Well, after that back of the length first ball, which went for a boundary, I think Tuscan done excellently in coming back, restricting the batters from the last 4 deliveries to just the 3 runs. He wants to finish with that kind of delivery that you mentioned. He needs to pitch it up. Maybe there hasn't been any hint of any kind of shape or swing so far. So accuracy, the forte, just a little bit of a inward movement, angling in from outside off, might come in handy.
He's come back well. He went for a boundary off his first delivery, but came back beautifully, Tuscan Ahmed. 8 from the over, 31 without loss.
ব্যস্ততা তো থাকবেই, তাই বলে দায়িত্ব তো এড়ানো যায় না। জীবনে একটু স্মার্ট হলেই কিন্তু এই ছোট বড় আনন্দের মুহূর্তগুলোকে উপভোগ করা যায় অনায়াসে। আমার ব্যস্ত জীবনকে সহজ করতে সব সময় আছে মধুমতি ব্যাংকের ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট। নিরাপদ ও ঝুঁকিমুক্ত মধুমতি ব্যাংক হিসেবের মাধ্যমে সহজ ও দ্রুত মধুমতি ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট আপনার জীবনকে করবে নির্ঝঞ্ঝাট। স্মার্ট জীবনের স্মার্ট সমাধান, গো স্মার্ট।
Mr. Mango Candy, কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে good mood guaranteed. Mr. Mango Candy, কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে good mood guaranteed.
7-Up, Bubble Fresh. Performance by the home team on the back of a good win in the last one-day international. Too much width and punished.
Can't afford to do that. Talking about Mustafiz Rahman, a bit of a struggle with his lines and lengths on this occasion, as you mentioned. Comfortable enough, just swung the bat around, an ample opportunity outside off to free his arms, absolute control over the shot, rather easy pickings.
There is swing. The white ball doesn't swing for very long. About 4 overs now. It's just about pitching it in around middle and leg. No room. Can't afford to give any width. That's better. That's better. Cramp salt up.
Particularly, I think Mustafiz Rahman has to have 2 sort of different attitudes towards the 2 batters on view. With Salt, he'll be knowing that he moves around, aim it towards his body, cramp him for space. With Just Butler, he'd go the orthodox manner in trying to angle the ball across the face of the batter. Get a bit of a cutter in if he can manage that. Very supple wrist that Mustafiz has. Talked about that. Make use of that cutter very, very soon.
That's where he wants to be, in and around there. Pitching around middle and leg. And there's no way for Butler or Salt to be able to free their arms to get it through that offside. But you need to be spot on, because if you pitch it around leg stump, you can be flipped away past the man at short fine leg and you can surrender another boundary. I don't think it'll be too long before we see Shakib introduced into this attack. Going at 8's England. Got away with that one.
Sure did. It was there to be put away on the other side of the ground. Maybe got a bit of the inner part of the bat. It's just that length allowed him just try and hit it away on the off, instead finishing on the on and getting a single. All the overs that have been bowled started off with boundaries, and that's put the pressure straight away on the bowlers. But credit to Mustafiz and earlier with Tuscan and the way they came back into the over.
Again, just a drop and run. Same pitch being played on today as was played on the last one-day international, and felt that one just lacked a little bit of pace. I know there was plenty of water put into the surface directly after that game, which was, 2-3 days ago. Just wonder whether, when the ball gets a little bit older, if it'll just start to hold a bit in the pitch and make conventional stroke play a little bit tougher. See batters drive and it hits the inside half of the bat. Oh, well, what about that? A big one to end the fifth. A lovely shot by Jos Buttler, the first 6 of the game, 44 without loss.
এক বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস, স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
The previous over, the last ball from Mustafizur Rahman's over. Lovely shot. And he just looks a very good batting pitch. Ball coming on nicely onto the bat. That's one of the reasons why I'm a bit surprised to hear at the toss that Shakib decided to bowl first on the surface, winning the toss. Nasum Ahmed. Change of ends for him. Well then, did it carry? Reaction from the keeper, the bowler. Yep, dropped. Good afternoon, Shaman Noy.
Made room for himself. Very good afternoon, Athar Ali Khan, and very good afternoon, everyone. Yes, it was a bit of a surprise, winning the toss and electing to field first, but I believe he mentioned to you that he wasn't quite sure. There's the miss. It was hit hard, but opportunity goes down. He wasn't sure how the wicket's going to play out, but also Bangladesh has been one of the best sides when it comes to bowling in the power plays. I think he wanted to exploit that.
It was a tough chance, but that should have been taken because it's such a good start. Full salt. Most sixes for England. It's closing in on Morgan. He just picked up his 300 sixes. Jos Buttler. Well, that should be taken. It's a lovely delivery. Oh! It's Shakib Al Hasan who's missed a sitter.
Second catch which goes down in this over. Nasum Ahmed will consider himself unfortunate, of course. Bit of turn on offer. Ball gripping. Not timing the ball, of course. Jos Buttler, and he misses the catch of the opposition skipper.
Now they've dropped both the batters. That's gone past Shakib Al Hasan, and it'll be a boundary. But the boundary brings up the 50.
That is rubbing salt into the wounds. And how often do we see that? A boundary right after a catch is dropped. And once again finding its way around Shakib Al Hasan. Placed it well around widest mid-on for 4.
After 6, England 51 without loss.
স্পেশাল মুহূর্তগুলোতে নাশুক বাধা উকলা স্বীকৃত বাংলা লিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে থাকুন এগিয়ে সব সময় সবখানে। বাংলা লিংক।
নতুন ক্লোজ আপ ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে, যা মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, প্রায় সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। ক্লোজ আপ 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
ফ্রেন্ডরা খের বলে কয়ে আসে, ভাগ্যিস ফ্রিজে মাংস ছিল, আর ছিল রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাংসের মশলা। ব্যাস হয়ে যাবে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
128 wickets. Economy very good under 7. Right. The spin from both ends. And that previous over I would certainly hurt Bangladesh. Now the first one was a tough one. Second one was a straightforward chance. Both the batters getting life. The power play was good. Some lovely shots. Just a very good batting surface. That's why you've seen batters hitting it on the up also. Making some room. And once they were presented to free their arms, they hardly disappointed. That's the big one. 306. This should have been taken. Back live. Important how he bowls here because England has got to make a really good start here to put up a big total.
51 after the power play. They've certainly taken full advantage of the conditions. Shakib Al Hasan chancing his arms. Is very unlikely of him to miss a catch, but it's only human.
And that's the strike rate England in the power play today. The red ones went to the boundaries. 6 fours and a 6. And it's a little bit closer. They felt a little bit more comfortable. That's well bowled. I think it's important for the bowlers to realize that perhaps a better idea is to take the pace off the ball. But they've been very comfortable. I haven't seen any turn whatsoever. Really good from England. It's turned out to be a good over. Just the 3 singles in this over.
Whenever they've gone for the slower delivery, the England openers have given themselves a charge, used the feet very well as well.
Keeping a shade low. 4 singles in that over. England 55 without loss.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখন নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া যে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি ওরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
জীবনের সাথে চলে
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
He's only bowled now 2 overs. He's got 2 more. And that has been the problem because if he does well, then you start to create a little bit more pressure. Nasir Mohammed to continue. Yeah, look at his pace. Just not really bowling quick. It'll be important to just vary his pace in this over. That's all ball, just a little bit of a turn, getting in our leading edge.
But this is something they've done so well, rotating the strike as well. That wayward throw from Ronnie Talukdar on that occasion. They've not only made the most in terms of boundaries, but also taken singles. Full credit to the England openers, Phil Salt and Jos Buttler, going at 7.64.
And that too without taking any chances. Yes, there were 2 opportunities. Which didn't go Bangladesh way. But you've got to have that belief. Yes, you've created opportunities and you want to create few more here. Down the wicket he goes. Still not a bad delivery.
And with 10 wickets in hand, 3 Lions will be very, very dangerous. They are very lethal in the final overs.
This was short. Just kept a bit low. Connection not from the middle part of the bat. Only be a single. He was eyeing to hit that away to the onside boundary. Yeah, if you have the kind of start that England has, then obviously they'll be hoping that, yes, with 10 wickets in hand, they can really step up later. That's the reverse. That's straight to the fielder. 5 singles in that over. After 8, England 60 without loss.
বাইরে এসো, প্রতিপক্ষের চোখে চোখ রাখো। রিভাইভ ট্যালকাম পাউডার। আগে রোদটা ফেস করো, তারপর লাইফটা জেস করো।
পারিয়া
অ্যাবসেন্ট ম্যাম।
এত বাচ্চা স্কুল আসেনি? রোগ জীবাণু যেভাবে ছড়িয়ে পড়ছে একজনের থেকে অন্যদের কাছে, কি করে লড়বে ওরা?
রোগ থেকে সুরক্ষিত থাকতে রোগ ছড়ানো ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়তে হবে। এজন্যই লাইফ বয় ভাইরাস ফাইটার, যা ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করে আপনাকে রাখবে সুরক্ষিত। আর সাথে দিবে ফ্রিতে প্রাভা হেলথের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ। শুধু একটি মিসড কল দিন প্যাকে দেওয়া নম্বরে। গরম পানিতে গোসল হোক আরামে। 93 ডিগ্রি পর্যন্ত গরম পানি বহন করে সহজে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিং, পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
Times, the only one in Chattogram. 2 to be followed in Dhaka, Mirpur. Have a look at those drop chances. You know, this is hit hard, but that should have been taken. Same bowler, different batter. That just went through his hands. Shakib Al Hasan. A pretty straightforward chance. Just went up in the air. So he's the bowler to suffer. Got himself to blame for the first one. Right. This is a very good start. Again down the wicket. Yeah, he'll probably be eyeing now to look to hit boundaries.
Already hit 6 fours and a 6, making the most of the power play. 4 bowlers used by Bangladesh so far. Yet to see Hassan Mahmood.
Yeah, you mentioned Hassan Mahmood. Hassan Mahmood did very well in the Bangladesh Premier League. He was the leading wicket taker. 17 wickets at 7.98. Again, well bowled. He saw him coming down the wicket. That's a clever piece of bowling from Shakib Al Hasan. Not really giving any room whatsoever. He follows the batter. Again, he's trying to make some room and trying to play it in the offside. Hit it straight back to the bowler. The 3 dots on the trot.
He's eyeing that gap at deep extra cover. Going for that region, but Shakib making it very difficult for the batter.
And this time on to the pads. Josh Butler not interested. Happy with the single. Yeah, even if you don't pick up wickets, if you can produce those dot deliveries, it will start to create a little bit more pressure. 62 and 54 from the openers. And he's just given away 2 singles. A few more changes in the field. Fielder at point, going deep. And the fielder at deep square leg, coming inside the circle. He wants that extra cover fielder go a little bit more straighter. Now, has he connected it nicely? Yes, it has. It sails over for the maximum. So he finishes it over with the 6. 8 in that over. 68 without.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে, আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি, আরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁটি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
অ্যাটম খাও, চাপার জোর বাড়াও। অ্যাটম খাও, চাপার জোর বাড়াও।
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায়। সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী।
Right, he just releases the pressure. Settle things in the middle. Lovely shot.
Josh Butler. The margin for error is so low against these batters, particularly Josh Butler. Was on showcase that delivery for a 6.
Yeah, Bangladesh since 2021 in the T20 internationals, they batted 27 times, batted first, and won 11. That's the shot. That is his second six. He moves on to 301 sixes. Josh Butler. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Lovely touch. It's the reverse. More importantly, it's the gap, which fetches him a boundary.
They're playing around. So unpredictable, but precise. Reverse sweep, found the gap, connected it accurately. 4 runs.
And just opening the face of the bat. It just looks like that they're looking to step up now. It was turning out to be a very good over, the previous one from Shakib Al Hasan, but the last delivery went for a 6. They've already picked up a boundary in the second ball in this over. So already 6 in the first 3. Again down the wicket he goes. And it sails one more time for the maximum. This time from the bat of Phil Salt.
Well, Shakib continued with Nasim Ahmed bowling his 4th over, hoping for a wicket. He saw the batter taking charge, took pace off the delivery, but that did not help. He still got enough connection, elevation to sail over for a maximum.
Yeah, really good use of the feet. There was a hint of turn, but he covered it nicely. Again, hitting in on the up, so they're backing themselves to play on the up. And he's played some wonderful shots, not just only him, but also the skipper, Josh Butler. It's a short one, and they've gone. Yes, given. It's a bottom edge, and it's a very good take behind the stumps. Well, he's taken the review.
They were hoping for a wicket.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for caught behind. On-field decision is out. I've checked the front foot. It's a fair delivery. Let's start with front on, please. Ball appears to be passing close to the bat. Can I have Altois to confirm if there is any bat involved?
Spelling it, I'll give it to you.
Yes. Yes, standing by for outrage. Yeah, roll it. Okay, roll back and roll it again. Yes, freeze the replay. I can see a spikes as the ball is next to the bat. Yes, freeze it here. Mukul, stay with your out decision. You're on screen.
Yes. Nasim Ahmed finally breaks through, breaks the opening partnership. Phil Salt has to go. One of the last ball of this over. He's gone for 38. England 80 for 1. And it's going to be drinks.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ। 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায়। সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী।
হালিম দোকান থাকতে বাসায়
দোকানের হালিমে কি আমার বাসার মতো বিশুদ্ধ তেল আর ভালো মাংস থাকবে?
প্রশ্নই আসে না।
তাহলে বাসার হালিম ছাড়া অন্য কিছুর প্রশ্নই আসে না।
সবচেয়ে স্বাস্থ্যকর হালিম রাঁধুনি হালিম। হালিম হোক রাঁধুনি হালিম।
অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও। অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও।
পারিয়া
অ্যাবসেন্ট ম্যাম।
এত বাচ্চা স্কুল আসেনি?
রোগ জীবাণু যেভাবে ছড়িয়ে পড়ছে একজনের থেকে অন্যদের কাছে, কি করে লড়বে ওরা?
রোগ থেকে সুরক্ষিত থাকতে রোগ ছড়ানো ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়তে হবে। এজন্যই লাইফ বয় ভাইরাস ফাইটার, যা ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করে আপনাকে রাখবে সুরক্ষিত আর সাথে দিবে ফ্রিতে প্রাভা হেলথের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ। শুধু একটি মিসড কল দিন প্যাকে দেওয়া নম্বরে।
আধুনিক এবিএস ম্যাটেরিয়ালে তৈরি শাইন ওয়াল শাওয়ারে নেই মরিচা পড়ার ভয়। শাইন ওয়াল শাওয়ার মানেই জং মুক্ত পানিতে প্রশান্তিময় গোসল। শাইন, রুচির প্রশ্নে আপোষহীন।
And a couple of dropped catches. Just have a look at the partnership between these two. Right from the word go, they're off to the bowling. That was a delectable looking shot through the covers. Lovely use of the feet, particularly by Soul, moving around. Josh Butler more content to stand his ground and cloud the balls away. Had a few maximums. It was really a delight to watch if you're an England fan. And even on a wicket, you'd feel that maybe he would be holding up a little. There was an array of terrific shots.
Hassan Mahmood then into the attack, first over. For him today, 11 matches, economy quite good, 7.7. Josh Butler, who is in at the moment. 2 sixes, sees him go past 300 T20 sixes. He's chasing down Owen Morgan. Only Englishman ahead of him. Good performer in this form of the game. No Jason Roy in this team. Not sure whether you watched it last night, that performance in the PSL. Wow, what a performance. And maybe just a little reminder to the England selectors that he's not done in T20. David Milan, 100 in that opening game of the one-day international series, a brilliant 100, probably one of his best. Wouldn't say he's a big power hitter, he's more of a lovely shots, opening the face, creating gaps. And once he gets in, then he seems to up that strike rate.
Absolutely right. I think he's a different kind of batter compared to Salt, who's mostly bludgeoning the balls away, taking the attack to the bowlers.
Yeah, touch player, just like that. Use his pace. I think his role will be for the next 2 overs to give as much strike to Josh Butler as possible.
Butler going great guns, 38 of 26. Strike rate of 146. Has looked confident. He's been given a chance with a dropped catch, but you've got to take those and carry on. Josh Butler, just the 7 dots and a couple of 6s, 3 4s. Excellent. He's looking around. He's looking ominous.
Yeah, you just see that he wants to get outside off stump, target that leg side boundary, hit with the breeze. Remember, the breeze is coming from the more a westerly now, so it's going to help hit towards leg side. Now that's heading towards the right hand side, not so much for David Milan, that'll be through the offside drive, but he's looking to get outside and use the breeze. Good delivery, nice delivery, just sat in the surface a little bit but went away.
Seems to have skidded on. He'll be happy with that. Just a natural angle. Enticed Milan into a drive there. Just went past his bat. Tantalizingly close to that edge. That's going to really give some impetus to the confidence of young Hassan Mahmood.
pulled away. That should just be one to finish off a decent over. 4 runs from it. 11 overs gone. 84 for 1.
এক বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
On 7-5, I would say, from here, and that'll be a competitive score. Good bowling lineup with the likes of Mark Wood, Jofra Archer, Chris Jordan, who has flown in for these 3 international T20s, Chris Wokes, Sam Curran. So a plethora of seam bowlers who know all about bowling in this form, but they need a score. Short boundary. Does he get enough? No. A little bit of a bottom edge.
Good work in the deep, had to cover a lot of ground in trying to get that, and also gauging the bounce of the ball as it was just that swivel round. Got quite good amount of bat on that one. He didn't go all the way, just dropping short. Good commitment. Had to cover that very, very quickly. Appreciated by the bowler.
Yeah, he's trying to use that breeze, isn't he, towards that leg side. Shakib bowling this end. Be interesting to see now whether Butler looks to take Shakib down here. Is he looking to be aggressive? Looking to hit him straight, of course. They'll take the singles. Bangladesh are sitting deep for Butler.
Yeah, you see, when Shakib bowls, he more often than not bring the ball back into the right hander and force them to play against the angle of the bat towards the offside. And sometimes they're forced to maybe innovate a little bit, close the face of the bat, try to whip it away on the onside. Now the leggy in changes his angle, Shakib.
Just be a 1.
Bangladesh won't be too unhappy with the left-right combination in the batters to just restrain them to the 3 singles they've had so far. And the momentum that's been gathered by Butler, it'll just allow him to just relax a little bit and wait for the bad balls to come along.
Yeah, they're just happy maybe just to play Shakib out. They maybe see him as the danger man, see him off and look to attack other ends. The likes of Mustafizur, who has 2 overs left. Taskin, a good bowler in T20s, he's got 2 overs left. And of course, Hassan, who's just started his spell with 3 overs. Down. Is he picked out long off? He has. It's a good catch. Najmul Hussain, who is deep at long on, he tried to go up and over. And Bangladesh have their 2nd wicket.
Just that little bit of pressure created with the 4 singles early on. Just forced Malan to try that shot, trying to go over in the process. That's a good catch. That went pretty quickly to end. Reverse cupping that. Najmul Hussain Shamdul looks around, sees that he's safe within the boundary line. And Mala has to go. It's 88 for 2.
পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
আমি মুরগির মাংস খাবো।
ছেলেটারই মুরগির আবদার নতুন কিছু না, তাই বাসায় রাখি রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মুরগির মাংসের মশলা। ব্যাস হয়ে যাবে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি, ওরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
একটা বয়সে এসে কোলেস্টেরল, হার্ট ডিজিজ, মুটিয়ে যাওয়া, কিন্তু আমাদের হতে হবে ফিট। নিউ ইমপ্রুভড ফিট বিস্কিট, ফিট থাকলেই হিট।
Man who's just come in. Butler play all the way through, and when risks are needed, it's the man who's just fresh to the middle. At least then you're keeping a man of Butler's stature in on 41.
Watch out for the sweeps. Off the mark with a single to finish off. Another good over for Bangladesh and Shakib, a wicket and 5 runs. It's 89 for 2.
এক বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
নেক্সট এডিশন
নাজিয়ানা, আনিকা।
ম্যাডাম, সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দেন, গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
স্পেশাল মুহূর্তগুলোতে নাশুক বাধা। উকলা স্বীকৃত বাংলা লিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে থাকুন এগিয়ে সব সময় সবখানে। বাংলা লিংক।
89 for 2. Bill Salt gone for 38. David Milan gone for 4. Important period now, these next couple of overs. If they can just take a few more wickets, Bangladesh, and then puts Butler under pressure and also the middle order. England missing a few players, but the likes of Moeen Ali, Sam Kerr and Chris Wokes would be under pressure in that middle order.
Well, the initial batters have given them a good start. Moeen can really hit the ball around. Look at his strike at 145.81. Maybe some Curran, but Wokes also. But you can defend on these batters, even if a couple of wickets fall early in the next few overs.
Inside edge. Inside edge. He won't give his signal yet until he sees whether Shakib is perhaps looking for a view. He's not. I don't think he is, and it was a definite inside edge.
Yeah, well spotted by Tanvir Ahmed there, that inside edge. It excited Liton Kumar Dash behind the wicket a little bit.
Oh, good fielding. Nearly a mix-up between Butler and Duckett.
Shamim Hussain is a live wire in the field. I think one of the reasons he's been chosen for this international is for his additional experience in terms of fielding. He does move around the ground quite quickly, quite agile.
Well, you want energy, don't you? In T20s, it's all about energy. You say as a captain, as a coach, go out there and give it your all. Throw yourself at every ball that comes near you. Just lost his shape a little bit there, Joss Butler. And that's good running from Ben Duckett. Just, I think, direct hit, he'd gone. He took the gamble, and it nearly was another wicket there.
It's good work in the deep by Najmul Hassan Shanta, who took a good catch earlier. Look at the amount of ground he covers. Good pick-up, good release, directed you right. Have been in a spot of bother, the batter, struggling to get back for that run.
Yeah, you've got to take risks, I think, in T20. We would have been out, but just take risks. How many times do actually fielders hit the stumps? Shot. So good, because what he does is he gets rid of his left leg, and it's all about his quick hands and his high backlift, and it brings up his 50. 50 from 32 deliveries, 3 4s, 3 6s, and England have their 100 up as well.
That's a terrific shot to get him to his 50. This looks so very good. Took him a little bit of a breather, but once you got that length to hit out to, he really thrashed it right over the top. Excellent shot.
Gone again. Gone again. It is just like a tennis shot into the nets where they train. Back-to-back sixes. What an over for England. 17 from it. 106 for 2.
বেড়ে উঠি হরলিক্সের সাথে স্ট্রং হয়ে চাই আমি বাড়তে চাই সারাক্ষণ ছুটতে স্মার্ট হয়ে চাই আমি বাড়তে চাই দারুণ কিছু করতে হয়ে চাই আমি বাড়তে আরো চাই আকাশটা ছুঁয়ে থাকতে পুষ্টিতে ভরপুর আমার হরলিক্স আছে আয়রন ক্যালসিয়াম ভিটামিন
হরলিক্সে আছে 23টি ভাইটাল নিউট্রিয়েন্টস যা আপনার সন্তানের বেড়ে ওঠায় সাহায্য করে।
পাওয়ারে অ্যাকশন সারা বেলা বিজয় নতুন
Power, Chumuke action.
Good overs. And when he's in this form, he's so hard to bowl at. Watch how he just gets rid of his left leg and it's all hands. Hands, obviously, power. You've got to get it 82 metres and it will help with that breeze.
It's just sitting up so nicely for Butler to put away. It was just that length which didn't give him any discomfort in playing that shot.
That's good from Duck as well. He understands he's got to get Butler on strike. They've done their homework on Duckett because of the fact he plays sweeps, reverse sweeps, as well as Josh Butler. Trying to plug the holes.
Shakib in his last over now needs to get another breakthrough here. He's angling the balls in. He does bowl that arm ball very well. Bowls it within control. There's a little bit of a fumble, allowing that second run to be taken quite comfortably in the end.
He's such a good player, experienced player. Hands and backlift, power. 4 sixes in his innings so far of 58. 3 fours as well. Amazing that England pushed him down the order at one stage.
Corky, just even he's going around 165 strike rate. But you see his shots, the proper cricketing shots, not too much innovation, improvisation. It's more the disciplined approach to the innings. He'll play those singles alongside the big shots. It's been a well-compiled innings.
Yeah, 20 international T20 50s as well for him. 16 now as an opener, 4 when England decided that they wanted to have a look at him in the middle order. Wrong decision. And a best of 101 not out. There's that sweep again. Swept square, that's what he's really good at, Ben Duckett. And another boundary.
You're talking about his prowess either side of the wicket in terms of the sweep and the reverse sweep. Even just a little bit of a drift down. He extends his arm so very well, rolls his wrist with that sweep shot, collects it from quite a distance. And it's almost threatening the umpire there, going pretty square.
And again, just for a 1 this time. 9 runs from that over. 14 overs gone. England are 115 for 2.
1 বছরে এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যে ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময়, অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ। খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
হুইল ময়লার সাথে দূর করে
দুর্গন্ধ আর
কাপড় রাখে ফ্রেশ। হুইল 2 in 1।
স্যার বাঁকে না তো, ভাঙা যায়।
ভিগো ওয়্যার গার্ড প্রয়োজন মতো বাঁকানো যায়, অধিক চাপেও ভাঙে না।
ভিগো ওয়্যার গার্ড বাঁকে কিন্তু ভাঙে না।
Partnership 27 from 13. Oh, such a good shot. Such a good shot. It's so hard for a seam bowler. You think you want to go full and straight. You have fine leg back, third man back. But when it goes over the keeper's head, not a lot you can do.
Yeah, I can't believe that there. These are the shots that we still see so often. Haven't seen too many scoops attempted, or even the reverses for that matter. But with the pace that's been offered, that was delicately done. Just a little, got into position so very nicely, and was just there for the half volley with the pace of the ball being used to a nicety there. Simple but very effective shot there.
Well, as a bowler, it makes you pull your length back a little bit because you're worried about going too full. So you pull your length back, and then that is the worry if someone then hits you down the ground, because you've got mid-off, mid-on, up, because you have to. So you have to play around a little bit, maybe take pace off, and then at least then if Ben Duckett or Josh Butler scoop you, then they haven't got a lot of pace.
And particularly with Butler on strike now, it will be that lack of pace. You do not want to offer the batter the luxury of the pace that comes onto the bat. More often than not, he's going to drive it down the ground. Surprised that long off are a little wide, not a little straighter.
Look out for the scoop. No, he's not looking at the scoop. He's just looking to bosh it over extra cover for a boundary. What a shot.
Smashed away. Look at that, the speed of the bat. Just trying to bowl it a little wide, pitched up, and just a mix of a little bit of that. What about that? It's difficult to describe because really smashed it away. When racing, he knew he hadn't bowled a good delivery there.
Nine runs from the first 3 deliveries. Have a look how he gets his hands out. Goes deep in his crease, and that's where he's looking to get it on the rise. Looking to use what bounce there is and pace. See the boundaries there, them pulsating red balls. I like that. That's a good delivery. He may push for 2, no.
Sometimes as a bowler, in the back of your mind, you're thinking of bowling the Yorker, and you see one that was over-pitched, made it into a full toss. Now this one is directed very well. Just angling in, cramping up and slowed it down with that little roll of the wrist. That's very, very well bowled delivery. 2 things, the line on length and also the slowness of the pace.
A little clip down to fine for just a single. 11 runs from the over, projected from here, gets England to 10 and over, 177. I think with 2 wickets in, England are going to try and go hard and maybe look 180, 190.
They've got 11 runs already in this over, and Taskin Ahmed will be under a lot of pressure trying to bowl a good delivery to finish off, at least restrict them to maybe a single, if nothing better.
Oh, dot ball. Good from Taskin. Maybe pace off. Very good. End of the 15th. There's 5 left. England 126 for 2.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি ওরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায়। সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী।
এটা চিপস ব্রো, বাছাই করা আলুর সাথে স্পাইসি সিজনিং এর টুইস্ট এলো প্রাণ পতাটা।
এটা চিপস নাকি বিস্কিট, খেয়ে বুঝে নাও।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই এর 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
Please, back in. Goes short but cut straight to the fielder. And they've reduced, started to score a little bit quicker. But the skipper in the middle, Josh Butler, he's raced over to 64 in just 39 deliveries. With him is Ben Duckett, who's also striking at 150. HD, looks like they're going to pile up a big total here.
Very clever, very clever. This is what Ben Duckett does. He gets the ball into areas where it's just very difficult to place fields for.
And this is the second time around. It was short. Previously it was a little bit more fuller, wasn't it? But he gets into such a good position. It's such an effective shot in this form of the game. And again, it just flies over the top of the wicket keeper. So no chance whatsoever for the fielder to pull it back. It's a lovely touch.
Look, I think England are in a great position. They're in a great position to go on and get 180, 190, which would be a significant score on this type of surface where there's a lack of pace. Going at 12 and over, get a 180. While Butler's at the wicket and Duckett's at the wicket, they can certainly score anything. But I do feel that Bangladesh is still in this contest. If they knock over Butler, walking straight to the wicket and scoring at 10, 12 to the over for the new players is not easy. But they need a wicket.
The attempted Yorker. Running the first one hard. This could be tight. No? Easy in the end. Very good running between the wickets.
Now, Butler was very aware that the man down at deep square leg is left-handed, and he had to run around to get the ball onto his left hand to be able to throw it, and it gave Butler enough time to turn and get through comfortably for 2.
Again, but this time it'll only be a single. So he's mixed it up. Mustafizur Rahman trying to bowl the cutter. Not a fit to bowl a few short ones. Because both the batters are looking to now play some big shots here. It's turning out to be a very good partnership. 46 and just 24 deliveries. Already 8 in this over. Just having a look around. 2 fielders straight on. Mid on, mid off inside the circle. So is extra cover. That'll be a wide.
He's aiming for that wide line. Mustafizur Rahman, he just wants to be just inside it, and he's got protection at deep point and a deep third. Still a dangerous delivery though, because if Duckett just lets his hands go, slice it behind the man at point, he'll just run away for 4.
Yeah, he's got to get it right. If he gets it wrong, then he can easily hit it over the top of the infield. Oh, knocks him over. That one kept low. Perhaps a bit of an inside edge. Doesn't matter. Bangladesh needed a wicket, and Mustafizur has delivered the goods.
Well, this is his first wicket in some time, Mustafizur Rahman. Just keeps a little bit on the low side. But a handy little innings from Ben Duckett comes to an end. But Bangladesh needed that. They really needed that wicket, and they got it. Duckett goes for 20 of just 13, 135 for 3.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
নেক্সট এডিশন
নাজিয়ানা, আনিকা।
ম্যাডাম, সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দেন। গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
অ্যাটম খাও, চাপার জোর বাড়াও। অ্যাটম খাও, চাপার জোর বাড়াও।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি, ওরে দেখা দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি, দেখি, শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
7up, ভাবো ফ্রেশ।
Skids on as well. He'll feel a lot better. Smiles for the fizz.
Yeah, just comes back a bit to the left-hander. Hassan Mahmood, that should be taken. Yes! It's Nazmul Hussain Shanto. Grabs it. So back-to-back wickets.
This is not ideal if you're an England fan. Duckett goes, and then immediately Joss Butler, the captain, who has played so brilliantly, looks to go over that area which he's found for six on a couple of occasions during his innings, but he doesn't get hold of it. It's a good catch by Shanto coming in from the long on boundary, and all of a sudden the tide has turned a little bit in the favour of Bangladesh because Butler goes for 67, 135 for 4.
ব্যস্ততা তো থাকবেই, তাই বলে দায়িত্ব তো এড়ানো যায় না। জীবনে একটু স্মার্ট হলেই কিন্তু এই ছোট বড় আনন্দের মুহূর্তগুলোকে উপভোগ করা যায় অনায়াসে। আমার ব্যস্ত জীবনকে সহজ করতে সব সময় আছে মধুমতি ব্যাংকের ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট। নিরাপদ ও ঝুঁকিমুক্ত মধুমতি ব্যাংক হিসেবের মাধ্যমে সহজ ও দ্রুত মধুমতি ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট আপনার জীবনকে করবে নির্ঝঞ্ঝাট। স্মার্ট জীবনের স্মার্ট সমাধান, গো স্মার্ট।
খালামুনি, কঠিন তেল চর্বি কিভাবে দূর করে শিখিয়ে দাও না।
এই নে ভিম, এতে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি, যা তোর থালা বাসনের কঠিন তেল চর্বি দূর করবে।
ওয়াও, থ্যাংক ইউ খালামুনি।
খালামুনির থেকে এটাও শিখে নে।
খালামুনি, তুমি কিভাবে?
তুই কি ভেবেছিলি খালামুনি শুধু থালা বাসনই ধুতে পারে?
অনেক কিছুই নতুন দেখা যাবে যখন দেখবো থালা বাসন ছাড়িয়ে। ভিম।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
Middle of the bat, Shanto has to come in, dive forward. That's an important wicket, an important catch that for Bangladesh.
Yeah, he's bowled well, Hassan Mahmood, and the recently concluded Bangladesh Premier League, where he went on to pick up the joint leading wicket taker with Tanveer Islam, 17 apiece. Straight to the fielder. And one thing certainly goes in favour of Bangladesh because the amount of cricket they played in Bangladesh Premier League. It was tough for the bowlers especially, but he came out with flying colours, Hassan Mahmood. Economic under 8 runs an over in Bangladesh Premier League. Ball. Yeah, he likes to bowl Yorkers as well. That's a very good delivery. It's ricocheted off his hands.
TV umpire to director. We have an umpire referral. We have an umpire referral for run out at the bowler's end. Can I have your best side on replay, please? Yes, show me the front on then first. Keep rolling. Just rock and roll it once again, please. Yes, there is a definite touch as the ball passes the hands. Can I have the side on replay for the run out now? Batter has made his ground before the ball breaks the wicket. I'm satisfied. My decision for the big screen is...
the Mr. White detergent powder is not out. Llewellyn backing up and realizing that he was out of his crease at the non-striker's end. Moin Ali. Again, a good delivery. You want to start well. He picked up a wicket at the very first delivery, and then he has bowled really good line and length. He's hardly given anything away to the new batter.
Well, he's given nothing away. He hasn't gone for a run this over. A wicket and 3 dot balls. In that area that Butler likes to go over long on. Little bit fuller. He just wasn't able to get underneath that one. It was just a touch fuller. Smeared it down to long on. But what about this for an over?
Yeah, they all started in the previous over when they picked up a wicket, and then the very next over, this over, where Hassan Mahmood picked up the all-important wicket of Josh Butler. But certainly things moving in their way, favouring Bangladesh at the moment. What a terrific over this has turned out to be from Hassan Mahmood. Slower delivery. Lovely over. It's an excellent over. Just gone for a single, and he's also picked up the wicket. 136 for 4.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন।
এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড। মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড।
হালিম দোকান থাকতে বাসায়,
দোকানের হালিমে কি আমার বাসার মতো বিশুদ্ধ তেল আর ভালো মাংস থাকবে?
প্রশ্নই আসে না।
তাহলে বাসার হালিম ছাড়া অন্য কিছুর প্রশ্নই আসে না।
সবচেয়ে স্বাস্থ্যকর হালিম রাঁধুনি হালিম। হালিম হোক রাঁধুনি হালিম।
এমনে যে কি দেখাই শিখি ওরে দেখা শিখি।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
2 quick wickets. Bangladesh coming back in the game. And be wide. That's a poor delivery.
I think that's the beauty of T20 cricket is one team can be dominating, but if the other team just hangs in there, keeps their disciplines, energized in the field, it just takes one good over. But there's actually been 2 good overs. The wicket of Duckett and then the superb over by Hassan Mahmood. He got rid of Butler and then just surrendered a single off the last delivery. And And the game has changed on its head. England need 3 big overs here.
You can also see the crowd coming in now, filling up. Just close to a full house. And they'll be anticipating that Bangladesh can restrict England to a modest total, where they feel when they come back for chase, they're on. Still 3 more overs, -1 delivery. And it's not easy for new batters to just come in and start playing shots. That's one of the reasons why I feel that those 2 wickets are crucial for Bangladesh. Mustafizur Rahman knocking Ben Duckett's off stump, came back in, kept a shade low. The idea is to bowl on stumps. That's well bowled again.
Batters' averages count for nothing now. It's all about strike rate. Saw that Sam Curran's only averaging 12 with the bat, but that is of no significance when you walk in these particular times. I'll be striking at around 140, 150 now.
Yeah, Fizz is bowling really well. We saw the youngster Hassan Mahmood bowled an excellent over the previous over. Before that, Fizz picking up a wicket. It's important that you back yourself up. You see a very good over from one end, and you've got to make sure that you back it up with another good over. That's exactly what is happening at the moment for Bangladesh. Areas that he would be eyeing to, if it's pitched up, maybe just go over the top of the cover. Third, and finally inside the circle also. Oh! Could have easily chopped that onto the stumps.
So many different change-ups. He's got the cutter, he's got that out the back of the hand.
Ace of the ball. Important, isn't it? Very important. We know that Fizz does it on a consistent basis. Again, a short one, but it's a slow one. He's not in any control whatsoever. It will be a single, but Fizz will be quite happy with it, conceding only a single.
Whacked into the pitch. He has to delay his stroke and wait and wait and wait. And she gets it away for a single right. Mustafizur Rahman now, does he have the ability to bowl a delivery just to get Curran off strike rather than give him an opportunity to find a boundary? Bangladesh would be happy to give away 1 here.
Nicely struck. And well fielded. Oh, lovely. Nazmul Hasan Shanto. Good relay throw, making sure that they only pick up 2. 7 in that over after 18. England 143 for 4.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস, স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
7 Up, ভাবো ফ্রেশ।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
Fighting hard, making sure that they don't give a bit too many. They still have 2 more overs to bowl. Hassan Mahmood. The attempted Yorker straight to the fielder. Oh, and that's sloppy. That's very sloppy at this stage of the game. You really don't want to release the pressure. It was building up. 17 balls in the last boundary.
Yeah, this is wrong on a whole lot of fronts. Does Shakib need to throw? Number one. Number two is the fielders that are away on the leg side boundary. As soon as that ball's hit by Moeen Ali, well, they've got to be coming off the fence. They've got to be coming off the fence to ensure that they prevent an overthrow.
We saw an earlier overthrow as well, right at the beginning of the innings. There you go, again in the block hole. They are on target. They're fine, absolutely, because there's only one more over to bowl after this over. 7 minutes remaining. Got the next over. Right. They just can't find the gap. Again, shy at the stance, but no one's backing up. This time, better, much better. Running in hard and ensure that they don't look for the second.
He has to throw this time because if he hits, he'd have a wicket. The 2 men on the leg side boundary were off in a flash. So better cricket there from the men in green. Yeah, I love that introduction of having to bowl in an allotted time, because if you don't start that last over in the correct amount of time, fielders have to come. You have to have an extra fielder inside the 30-yard circle.
Swing and a miss. And it's a dot. It's been in a pretty decent over one more time.
I think he's got away with this. I think he's bowled that right into the hitting zone of Sam Curran. I'm not sure that Hassan Mahmood wanted to bowl that length.
Yeah, I thought he just tried to hit it a little bit too hard and played inside the line of the ball. This time, straight into the hands. They're finding Nazmul Zanshanto, and he grabs another one. Sam Curran goes.
This is probably the easiest of his catches, but my, has he been good in the field today, Shanto. Again, it's a leg cutter, bowled into the surface, and Curran can't find the middle of the bat. England can't find the middle of the bat. But Bangladesh are doing everything right here. They're holding their catches. They're bowling brilliantly. Curran's gone for 6, 146 for 5.
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
পারিয়া
অ্যাবসেন্ট ম্যাম।
এত বাচ্চা স্কুল আসেনি?
রোগ জীবাণু যেভাবে ছড়িয়ে পড়ছে একজনের থেকে অন্যদের কাছে, কি করে লড়বে ওরা?
রোগ থেকে সুরক্ষিত থাকতে রোগ ছড়ানো ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়তে হবে। এজন্যই লাইফ বয় ভাইরাস ফাইটার, যা ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করে আপনাকে রাখবে সুরক্ষিত আর সাথে দিবে ফ্রিতে প্রাভা হেলথের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ। শুধু একটি মিসড কল দিন প্যাকে দেওয়া নম্বরে।
Building up, the new batter is Chris Wokes, and a very healthy strike rate also. But they're in a spot of bother here because the last few overs have gone Bangladesh's way. .146 already on the board. We are just getting the bottom part of the bat. Sam Curran, and straight down towards Nazmul Zanshanto. pretty easy for him. He's taken some wonderful catches. Again, really good over. Beautifully bowled. Only 4 singles and a wicket. Excellent, excellent spell. Got 2 for 26 and 4 after 19 England, 147 for 5.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স
স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
Chris Jordan is the new batter. Decent strike, really. You can certainly hit, but it's not that sort of a surface where you go and get it to play your shots early in the innings. He's here because of this. It's a lovely slower delivery, back of the hand from Taskin Ahmed. Well disguised. It's a short one, he misses it.
Taskin Ahmed bowls the ball at around mid-130s, 140s. This delivery came out of his hand at 101 kilometres an hour. He took all the pace off that delivery. Brilliant bit of bowling. Let's just understand here that the average first innings score at this ground is 146. England has only played Bangladesh on one other occasion, and Bangladesh didn't manage to get to 130. So while the momentum is with Bangladesh, England still have these runs.
Nicely played, beautiful. Finally a boundary. It's a lovely touch, just to the right of the fielder at point.
It's a good stroke. Looking for the Yorker, doesn't get it. He has to squirt it away past backward point. It brings up the 150. Now, what I'd be interested to know is, probably from a bowler here, is that if the surface is a little bit inconsistent and cutters are working, do you want to try and bowl Yorkers and take out the variances, the variables in the pitch?
Again, taking the pace off the bowler. We saw Mustafizur Rahman and Hassan Mahmud doing it on a consistent basis. And if you don't get it right, you're looking to bowl Yorker. Nothing wrong in that, trying to bowl the ball in the block hole. But if you don't get it right, it presents an opportunity, a scoring opportunity. Right. It's a left-hander, Moeen Ali. 4 of 5. He's got 2 more deliveries to face. Where can he go? No one in front on the onside saving the ones. The three on the onside protecting the boundaries. Two on the offside. That's pulled away. They won't find the gap. I think it's Nasr Mohammed. He's done well. Two more added.
Again, a good bit of fielding in the deep. Again, a good bit of fielding in the deep.
Yeah, those four wickets really pulling Bangladesh back in the game. They were well placed at 135 for 2 at one stage of the game. And all of a sudden it was 147 for 6. So they lost 4 wickets in space of 20 balls, conceding only 12 runs. 150 on the board now, 154. Last ball of this innings. Well, has he connected well? Oh, brilliant! Oh, he's dropped it. I think it was really well done by Nazmul Shanto. But when he threw it back, he could not hold on to the catch. Well, have a look.
Well, just see whether he lets the ball go before he steps out. Yeah, he's good. That is a brilliant bit of fielding from Shanto. He has been superb in the outfield. He's taken some great catches, but what about that for presence of mind? And this would have been spectacular if this was held on to, but unfortunately it wasn't. In the fingertips, as he makes contact with the ground, the ball spills out, the throw goes in. That's a wonderful performance by Bangladesh in the end. They were staring down the barrel at 135 for 2, but they fought back well, and England have ended up on 156 for 6. That's chaseable.
Yeah, 9 in that over gets them 156. It was really good opening partnership of 80 between Phil Salt and Josh Butler. 38 and 67 apiece. Ben Duckett was looking dangerous before he was cleaned up by Mustafizur. And then it all started to go in favor of Bangladesh. Now 156 for 6 in the end after the end of the 20th over. Partnership, as I mentioned earlier, 80 between Butler and Salt laid a good solid foundation. Duckett and Butler also adding 47, but nothing much after that.
Yeah, Nasum was good, so was Shakib, 1 for 26. But the pick of them for me, Hassan Mahmood, 2 for 26 in his 4 overs, bowling in a very difficult period of the game.
Everybody among the wickets there. Dhaka winning the tossing, deciding the bowl first. They took their time initially, but then they started to open their shoulders. Some lovely shots down the ground. Picking up his 360 20 internationals. Josh Butler kept on hitting the big shots. That's the first wicket. Bottom edge, which was initially given, it was referred. Lovely catch from Luton Das. Full solve. And then the very next delivery of that new over, where we saw Butler getting himself dismissed. He's played some really good shots.
Yeah, Butler was the more dominant of the two in the partnership with Duckett. Mustafizur got in with one that kept a little bit low. We saw the end of Duckett, and then the England innings just fell away a little bit. Some wonderful bowling from the young man Hassan Mahmood, and some brilliant fielding in the deep by Shanto. Pace was taken off by Tuskin to get rid of Wokes. In the final delivery, we nearly saw a spectacular catch, but in the end, it was just a 2 for England. So, at 156 after their 20 overs, England have got their work to do. This is very chaseable for Bangladesh. We'll be off to a break, and when we come back, that run chase.
অক্স 2 বল থেকে 1 রান। ওদিকে ক্রিস জর্ডান
here for the chase by Bangladesh in this Madhumati Bank Limited T20 series between Bangladesh and England. Mr. White detergent powder they're powered by, and that's what transpired with England starting off with a bang. Really got off to a flyer, but eventually Bangladesh did very well to come back with the ball and restrict the strong English batting unit to 156 for 6. Impressive bowling. Initially, Nasuma a little unlucky, a couple of catches dropped, but ending up with 1 for 31. Thuskin 1 for 35. All the bowlers chipping in with wickets, but of course Hassan Mahmood very, very good with a couple of wickets. They'll be raring to go, the Bangladeshi batters. They've got a target of 157 runs of their 20 overs at 7.85 runs per over at the start. Alongside me, Dominic Corky. Well, England looked to be getting to a much bigger total till Bangladesh turned it around.
Yeah, absolutely. And Liton Das will maybe be looking at the likes of Jos Buttler and think that's the way that I need to put my innings together. Bat long, experienced player, strike rate of just under 130. He's a good player. And Ronnie Talukdar, who is back in the side now, hasn't played for quite a while, 7 years, so only a couple of matches. So a nice test for him against the world champions. But yeah, I think England will, the way that they got off to that start, will be disappointed that they weren't able to get to the 180. But when you look at the average first inning score of 146, England have a lot of options. They have 5 seam bowlers and 2 spinners, with maybe David Malan as well if they need an extra spinner. So Jos Buttler has a lot of options. It looks like he's going with Sam Curran, who we saw take early wickets with the white ball in the one-day international form.
I think this is a good move on the part of England. Of course, there's spoiled for choice, but sometimes you've got too many options. If you must give the bowler at least a couple of overs before you think about changing your bowling. That's the feel that he's got for the new batter. In no slip in position. That's a bit of a surprise also. I think that England would want early wickets, a short third, backward point, cover, a deep cover on the boundary, and a long off. Here we go. Liton Kumar Dash will be looking to use the angles. He hasn't had a successful one-day international series against England. Of course, he'll be trying to redeem himself with a good innings here. And his partner, Ronnie Talukdar, as you mentioned, it's been a huge gap since he last played for Bangladesh, with the express purpose of going after the bowling. Liton Kumar Dash's partner, Ronnie Talukdar. Down the wicket, gives him the charge, and gets it over corner. Well, that's very positive from Liton Dash. Maybe not 100% on the timing, but it paid off.
Good shot. Again, once again, using that breeze to help that to that shorter area. I like it. I like the intent. And Bangladesh have got to think, where were England in the power play? They were 51 without loss. But if they're around about that, set the platform, and then look to just be aggressive against England. Take England on. Be aggressive.
Nice deviation down the leg side, enough to tuck it away for a comfortable single into the deep. Dhaka tucking there. Yeah, the thought process will be different. There's a different attitude with Kandika Hattarasinghe coming in and telling them to be brave with their shots, put the best foot forward, play positive cricket. Of course, you're comparing the 51 that they made in the power play. They'll like to be in a similar position.
Yeah, I think when you're facing somebody like a Sam Curran, I don't think you should be worrying about his swing in 2020. Think about the options. Can I hit him back over his head?
Well, if you give width like that, they're going to smash it to all parts of the ground. This time through the covers. Easy pickings. He's not going to like that. But Ronnie Talukdar is going to be enjoying that shot very much.
Yeah, well, it's a poor delivery. Looking for swings, Sam Curran, and he just throws it out there. We saw when Bangladesh gave Phil Salt and Jos Buttler a little bit of width, they just put it away. ball just slides on.
Nicely weighted on that one. Pushed it back, a single. Been a good over so far, already 10. That's exactly the start Bangladesh wanted. Chasing what turned out to be a chaseable total, restricting England to 156. He's shown his intent early on. 10 on the board. So he's going to be a little more circumspect. Do not try to take any kind of risk. Not quite there. Slowed it down. Good ball to finish the over. It's 10 without loss.
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায় সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী আমি মুরগির মাংস খাবো
ছেলেটার এই মুরগির আবদার নতুন কিছু না তাই বাসায় রাখি রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মুরগির মাংসের মশলা ব্যাস হয়ে যাবে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন
অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি
Oaks is going to take over. Just look, you feel that they'd like to put a slip in position, just trying to get an early wicket.
No, I just don't think they think slips at the moment. I think they're looking to just bowl straight lines. Straight lines hitting the top of the bails. Take pace off.
And on this kind of track, I think that back of length ball works pretty well. Whatever seed of doubt in the mind of the batter, not quite sure whether to go forward or back, and by the time you decide to play the shot, you're actually stuck in the crease. That's a good option if you're bowling within yourself. Deviation down the leg side. All it did was swivel around, a little bit of a whip away, and a good work in the deep. Covered a lot of ground, slid across and stopped it. That's the commitment you need in the field.
Yeah, it's a good piece of fielding. Good running as well, though. There's Phil Salt. He's got pace to the ball, gets himself in a good position, gets up, and releases quick. Like that from Bangladesh, even when they've got the opportunity to push England in the field, push them, get them to make mistakes.
Oh, you can be lucky. You throw your bat at something that looks a tad wide. Immediately you get the thick outside part of the bat. Doesn't matter how they come. They've got another boundary.
Width again. A little bit of swing from Wokes, but it's width, and with Adil Rashid, who's up at a short third, Moeen Ali, who is in quite tight at backward point, get a top edge, it'll fly away. Good start this.
Ronit Talukdar, more often than not, would either go down the ground or use the angles fine at fine leg. And third, it's Liton Kumar Das that you need to put those fielders at deep backward square and deep point. He has the penchant to play square of the wicket.
Yeah, you look at what Bangladesh did really well is those last power play. Taking wickets, look how good that the Bangladesh bowlers bowled. They really restricted England.
What about that? I did say he likes playing down the ground. He really lashed onto that one. Little shimmy down the wicket, got to the pitch of the ball, and right through the line. Superb strike.
He's gone for that swing delivery again. It's just right in the slot. I like it. Get rid of that front leg.
matter how well it looks, just hit it down the ground. It's good. Putting England bowlers under pressure straight away, and problems for Jos Buttler.
Just played that well. Stopped well too. Quick run taken. Finishes a good over. 11 from it. It's 21 without loss.
নাজিয়ানা আনিকা
ম্যাডাম সিনেমা হিরোর নামই চলে আপনি চুলে নজর দিন গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব আমিও আর আমার চুলও নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন এতে আছে আমলা পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন শাইন করব মন খুলে
চিপস ব্রোস বাছাই করা আলুর সাথে স্পাইসি সিজনিং এর টুইস্ট এলো প্রাণ পতাটা
এটা চিপস নাকি বিস্কিট খেয়ে বুঝে নাও
স্পেশাল মুহূর্তগুলোতে নাশুক বাধা উকলা স্বীকৃত বাংলা লিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে থাকুন এগিয়ে সব সময় সবখানে বাংলা লিংক
হুইল ময়লার সাথে দূর করে
দুর্গন্ধ আর
কাপড় রাখে ফ্রেশ হুইল 2-in-1 এখন সুপার হোয়াইট 1000 গ্রাম প্যাক কিনলে একটি ডিটারজেন্ট জার ফ্রি সুপার হোয়াইটে কঠিন দাগ দূর সাদা ভরপুর
Well, he has got a bit of pace. This actually may help Bangladesh with the pace on. Let's be honest, if Sam Curran would have bowled a decent first over, he would have definitely bowled the next over. That's what I was saying about headaches for Jos Buttler. He has options, 5 seam bowlers, 2 spinners. The only other option he may go to take pace off is to go with Moeen Ali in to bowl in the power play.
Gallagher does well. He finds the fielder. England fielders have got to be really on their toes, have to show some agility, cover a lot of ground because the batters are going well.
Yeah, seamers there, Curran, Wokes, Jordan and Wood and the 2 spinners. The Archer as well, sorry, and 2 spinners will be Rashid and Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali normally bowls in power plays. Rashid in that middle period between overs 6 and 15.
Got a hold of that one, but there's cover in the deep. Salt, well, nicely positioned. And when you bowl a short pitch delivery as a bowler, you hope that the
Ben Duckett. They are doing both sides. Phil Salt on the offside, Ben Duckett on the leg side. I like that shot. I like the way that he just took on the pace. Yes, you're just frightening England here. No answers at the moment. They need a wicket.
There he goes, the cheeky shot, scooped over and makes its way to the boundary. That is the innovation, that is the expectation that you've had with this opening partnership, and they're delivering.
Very good shot. Not the way that he got himself in that position outside off stump. And a fine leg up, Adil Rashid, just get it up and over, it'll run away. So quick this outfield here. So a change in the field, third is coming up, Adil Rashid will go back to a fine leg. Mark Wood, who is coming up to short third, so 5 fielders in the circle on the offside.
And he bowls one down the leg side. That is a wide, that is not good bowling by Archer. Really getting a little overexerting himself, not getting the line that's required and not bowling to the field.
Yeah, it's just pressure. That's all it is pressure. Archer is an experienced T20 bowler. He's played in a lot of franchises, played a lot of T20 cricket. He's still coming back from injury. It's just pressure.
A better comeback delivery from Archer. Because he's had experience of playing in Bangladesh. Actually, even before he got to the international circuit, he had played in the Bangladesh Premier League, knows these grounds and the conditions pretty well. away with some injury issues. Pace-wise, he's played. We saw him being rested in one of the one-day internationals, now being brought back into the attack. England desperately hoping that he can achieve that breakthrough that they need now. The Bangladesh batters looking quite comfortable. Pulls it wide of the fielder, gets to the boundary. What a way to finish the over. Stood up for the batter to put away and was punished. After 3, it's 32 without loss.
অ্যাকশন ম্যাম।
এত বাচ্চা স্কুল আসেনি?
রোগ জীবাণু যেভাবে ছড়িয়ে পড়ছে একজনের থেকে অন্যদের কাছে, কি করে লড়বে ওরা?
রোগ থেকে সুরক্ষিত থাকতে রোগ ছড়ানো ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়তে হবে। এজন্যই লাইফ বয় ভাইরাস ফাইটার, যা ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করে আপনাকে রাখবে সুরক্ষিত আর সাথে দিবে ফ্রিতে প্রাভা হেলথের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ। শুধু একটি মিসড কল দিন প্যাকে দেওয়া নম্বরে।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
1 বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া, যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
7 Up, ভাবো ফ্রেশ। মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি, কাঁচা আমের সাথে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড। মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি।
It's just that line allows the batter to realize that it's going to be a genuine leggy and he can play it into the deep. Wily customer Adil Rashid, but Ronnie Talukdar has been exemplary. Last ball of the last over, really had that opportunity. It stood up to be hit. Long hop, played it well. Maybe a better effort from Karan there. Didn't please the bowler.
Rashid, he bowled probably quite flat in the power play. Not sure he'll float it up too much. A lot of googlies, a lot of quicker deliveries.
Oh, clean him up. That is the googly. That is the one that brought him in for to take the wicket. Ronnie Talukdar didn't know anything about that. Playing straight, allowing the ball to cut back in and hit the stumps.
Well, it's just another sensational delivery, not picked. You see how Talukdar is just playing away from his body, trying to play that extra cover shot. That's what he wants. He's such a good bowler. Talukdar goes for 21. Bangladesh 33 for 1.
ব্যস্ততা তো থাকবেই, তাই বলে দায়িত্ব তো এড়ানো যায় না। জীবনে একটু স্মার্ট হলেই কিন্তু এই ছোট বড় আনন্দের মুহূর্তগুলোকে উপভোগ করা যায় অনায়াসে। আমার ব্যস্ত জীবনকে সহজ করতে সব সময় আছে মধুমতি ব্যাংকের ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট। নিরাপদ ও ঝুঁকিমুক্ত মধুমতি ব্যাংক হিসেবের মাধ্যমে সহজ ও দ্রুত মধুমতি ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট আপনার জীবনকে করবে নির্ঝঞ্ঝাট। স্মার্ট জীবনের স্মার্ট সমাধান, গো স্মার্ট।
মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি, কাঁচা আমের সাথে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড। মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি, কাঁচা আমের সাথে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই এর 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
That quality and class really got him all confused, playing down the wrong line. With Najmul Hassan Shanto, he will be, well, easier in the approach to facing Adil Rashid.
And even though it's really early on in this run chase, I think the next couple of overs is crucial for both sides. England, if they're able to just turn a bit of pressure on Bangladesh, they're back in the game.
Oh, that might be close. Yes, up goes the finger from Masoodur Rahman. Now they're going to review it. He's trying to go for the reverse so early on in the innings. Just having a little bit of a discussion with Liton Dash, and they've gone upstairs.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is out. I've checked the front foot. It's a fair delivery. Let's start with front on, please. Well, ball passes close to the bat. Can I have outrage to confirm if there is any bat involved?
We're just building it.
Yes, he's standing by for the outrage. Full.
Just building it.
Yes, he's standing by for getting outrage. Mukul, stand by, please.
Here it comes.
Yes, roll it. Yes, just roll back and freeze the replay as the ball is next to the bat. Okay, go back and roll it forward from there on. Yes, freeze the replay over here. One frame. Keep rolling. Yes, freeze the replay. Okay, keep rolling, keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Yes, freeze it there, freeze it there. I can see a clear spikes as the ball is next to the gloves. Mukul, I recommend you to overturn your decision, your screen.
So the decision has been overturned. A couple of spikes there. Initially the bat and then definitely the gloves. But that was not the best choice of shots. But this one is. Gets him 4 runs. So he's not going to be subdued by that appeal. And he gets going here, Najmul Hussain. And that is the end of the over. Now it's 30 over. Now it's 30.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো, তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
হালিম, দোকান থাকতে বাসায়? দোকানের হালিমে কি আমার বাসার মতো বিশুদ্ধ তেল আর ভালো মাংস থাকবে? প্রশ্নই আসে না। তাহলে বাসার হালিম ছাড়া অন্য কিছুর প্রশ্নই আসে না।
সবচেয়ে স্বাস্থ্যকর হালিম রাঁধুনি হালিম। হালিম হোক রাঁধুনি হালিম।
গরম পানিতে গোসল হোক আরামে। 93 ডিগ্রি পর্যন্ত গরম পানি বহন করে সহজে। আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিং। পাইপের বস, না কিনলে লস।
Najmul Hussain shot the hook. A little lucky in the sense that he tried a reverse. Had to go for the review after the umpire had given out. Controlled shot. Liton Kumar Das should expect. He said he's pretty strong square of the wicket. Bit of a yes and no. Thankfully sent back.
And just talked about this period now. I know we're still in the power play, but England at the moment are behind. And it could have been worse for Bangladesh. Given out on field and then was overturned. This was the last delivery. It was a good shot. A little bit more loop from Adil Rashid. I think he gambled. Ended up being a half volley. It was a good shot by Shanto.
Shanto with Archer now bowling. Waits, guides, there is protection. She covers a lot of ground. Take a couple of easy runs. New batter like to do that, just maneuver the balls into the angles, ensure that the scoreboard is ticking over, rotate the strike. To get a little cocky early on, got away with trying that reverse first up. Now it's gone over. Not the most well-timed shot. It's going to hold up before it reaches the boundary.
Yeah, a lot of other people apart from Chris Jordan, that's 4, I can tell you now. He is so quick. It's a good shot. Really good shot. Used the pace, swiveled. And Chris Jordan ran. Look at him. He is rapid, let me tell you.
It's what you need. Uplift the spirit of the bowler. You mentioned that Bangladesh came back well in the field after dropping 2 catches. That helped their cause. Once again, no straight away from Shanto, thankfully. There's no harm done.
Yes, that pace-off delivery that Jofra Archer bowls really well. Couple of deliveries up in 140s, and then pace-off.
Gonna have that mix. We've noticed Taskin Ahmed when they were bowling did confuse the batters initially with some pace and then slowed it down, but threw the shot before the ball arrived. Got some results. Guys, up in the air now. There's a fielder coming underneath that one, and he's going to take it very easily. Walks Liton Kumar Das trying to hit it over the top, holds out.
Yeah, short delivery. And whether it is pace off again, I don't think it is. I think it's just pace on. And maybe sliced up in the air. It's good from Wokes. He shouts to Sam Curran, mine. It's a simple catch. And England have their 2nd wicket. Liton Das goes to 12. Bangladesh 43 for 2.
প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মাঝে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটির সমস্যায় ভোগে। ওকে দিন পেপসোডেন্ট, যা অদৃশ্য ছোট ছোট গর্তগুলো সারিয়ে তোলে, ক্যাভিটি থেকে দেয় সর্বাধিক সুরক্ষা। আত্মবিশ্বাসী এই হাসিগুলো ধরে রাখতে আসুন পেপসোডেন্টের ফ্রি ডেন্টাল ক্যাম্পে। কল করুন এখনই।
Power, চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
5 has shown a lot of prowess with the bat in the recently completed Bangladesh Premier League. Bangladesh is the reason why he's there. Slicing it, Liton Das. And up in the air, and a simple catch taken. Well judged by Wokes.
Yeah, England need wickets. England need another wicket here, and then all of a sudden then they've just turned it around in the power play. 3rd is back, fine leg is up, there's a deep square.
Whips that away, opens his account. That'll give him a good feeling to get a run under his belt. At the end of 5, it's 44 for 2.
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময়, অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
By Bangladesh, but that's the 2 openers now gone. Young debutant, Howard Ridoy. Now, his numbers might not suggest that he's a superstar in the making, but I tell you what, Howard Ridoy played beautifully in the Bangladesh Premier League. He really sprung to life there with 5 half-centuries to his name in that competition, and he now certainly looks like one for the future. Should just be a single. Liton Das. He's struggled a little bit in the ODIs and failed again here. What do you feel?
I just feel that he was trying to play too many shots because he's a class act. Instead of trying to take shots, Just stick to basics. Go around and try to hit perhaps down the ground instead of trying to play square of the wicket. It's fine when you're set, but he's not been in good nick. He's had a wonderful year before that, an outstanding year in all formats of the game. He'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm in agreement actually. I think that he's a proper player. You know, he hasn't made his name in T20 cricket. We think of the likes of Tim David, who've made their name in T20 cricket. Litton Das is an all-format player. A bit like this fella, Shanto. You know, someone like Jofra Archer running in and bowling at 140 clicks. You can use his pace. You can play conventional cricket strokes inside the first 6 overs. I know that might sound a little bit old-fashioned, but we've seen many top test players make a success of T20 cricket. We think of Michael Hussey, what a wonderful T20 player he was. Here's a big moment for this young man.
Right, the conditions here at the moment, the wind has just picked up, so he leaves.
Fielded.
Yeah, just 22 years of age. And the two men in the middle for Bangladesh, the two players in the middle, Nazmul Hossain Shanta and Tauhid Hridoy, are the two leading scorers in Bangladesh Premier League. Nazmul Hossain Shanta went on to score more than 500 runs. Tauhid Hridoy, more than 400 runs. So the two players have done so well in this format of the game.
And the squeeze is on here. You know, there was plenty of celebration in this ground when Ronnie Talukdar was smashing it to all parts, but as soon as England got their claws in and got a wicket, suddenly you can just feel the strangle, can't you?
I think it's okay because the required run rate is under 8 runs in an over. As long as they hang on to the wickets, it's fine.
Lovely power down the ground. The young man is away.
He picks up his first boundary in T20 internationals. Then thumped it down the ground. It's a shot with a lot of authority. He gets in a good position. The base is nice. And he goes through the shot. Stand and deliver. He struck them nicely in the Bangladesh Premier League at 140. He's the one. Not only him, Shanto also in form.
That's gone fine. That's gone very fine. It'll be another boundary. This is a lovely start for Hridoy. The power play is concluded. Bangladesh have their noses in front. 54 for 2.
সাথে দূর করে
দুর্গন্ধ আর
কাপড় রাখে ফ্রেশ রিল ভিটামিন সমৃদ্ধ ডেইলি ময়েশ্চার শ্যাম্পু মেরিল ট্যাঞ্জারিন অরেঞ্জ শ্যাম্পু ফিল দ্য ট্যাঞ্জারিন ফ্রেশনেস
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণফোন।
Well, it's not often that Bangladesh can say that they've got more in the first 6 than England do. England sit top of the pile as far as the top 10 nations go when it comes to runs scored inside the first 6 overs. Bangladesh have 3 more, but it's this period now, this period where England started to play well. How do these two young men manage this middle period? Ow, just out of reach and 4.
His heart would have been in his mouth when he played that shot, I can tell you that. It was so very close. Not in control, but enough on the bat. Just over the jumping. Chris Jordan, he's a very good fielder. Just enough. And takes it over to the boundary. Right. Both are striking it nicely.
Lots of pace here. Mark Wood. That's another fine stroke. Wow, what a shot that is from Shanto.
He likes it. That is a cracker. That is a cracker of a shot. Have a look at that, right from the middle part of the bat. Cashagin and picks up another boundary. It's a short one. He's bowling at good pace here. That is a terrific shot in front of the square. Went like a trace of a bullet.
And again, and again. And again. That's three on the bounce here for Shanto and Bangladesh.
That is a beautiful shot. That is a lovely shot. Youngster watching. Have a look at this. Beautifully done. Right elbow up and follows the ball through the line, down the ground. Lovely piece of timing. Once he gets past that fielder at mid-off, boundary was written all over it. Good piece of timing. 3 fours in the first 3 deliveries.
This is what we were talking about with regard to Litton Das, is when there's pace on the ball like Mark Wood and Jofra Archer, there's no need to get inventive. You can use their pace. And again, this is 4 more. This is 4 more. He's enjoying Mark Wood's pace.
They're having some fun. It's a short delivery. Doesn't come from the middle part of the bat. Doesn't matter. It's another boundary. Change of angle doesn't work. Deep in a squeeze. Picks up the length and puts it away. So 4 fours of first 4 deliveries coming from the bat of Nazmul Hussain Shanto. What an over this is turning out to be for Bangladesh.
Well, the adrenaline will be flowing through the veins here of Shanto. He needs to just keep calm. That might be just nipping down the leg side. Wood looks at Butler. Butler turns away. When you have 4 in a row, 4 boundaries in a row, the adrenaline is flowing so much that you start to look for the 5th. The full house here at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhry ground are all behind Shanto, so he needs to just remain a little bit calm.
You need to play some sensible cricket from here on. Already 16 runs in this over. It gets the required run rate under 7 runs in an over. It is brilliant for Bangladesh.
There is protection out there this time. Wow, did he find the middle of the bat that over. 17 from the Mark Wood over, 71 for 2.
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই এর 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম, সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
What an over that was. 17 from that over. And that's from one of the world's best as well, Mark Wood. Shanto is 27 off 12 balls.
Climbing up due to that fact that they picked up those runs, 17 runs in the previous over. The green one just have started to jump ahead. 86 of 78. Possible for Bangladesh.
They're in charge. They're in charge at the moment. The run rate just under 10 to the over. But what about these strokes? Oh no, this is the LBW sharp. It's through again. You're struggling if it beats the inner field.
The challenge for Bangladesh batter is how well they play against the likes of Adil Rashid on this surface. He's picked up a boundary. It was short, played it late, and away from that fielder. between short third and point. It's lightning outfield, so it goes to the boundary.
Calls for two, calls for two. Ridoy's off and running, he's off and running. The pace of youth.
Excellent running. Taking on the fielder in the deep. The call was too right from the word, but the first one was taken very quickly. Tohid Ridoy coming back to the danger end. Comes back quite nicely.
Wants to again, won't get it this time. There's plenty of energy out there with these two at the crease. Playing well.
Like this brand of cricket. It's like no fear attitude. Go in even though they've lost 2 wickets. But after losing the wicket of Liton Kumar Das, they picked up 17 in that over, the previous over, and all coming from the bat of Nazmul Sen Shanto. And this is turning out to be an excellent start for him. 34 of 16. Partnership of 35 in just 17 deliveries.
This will be the test for Ridoy against Adil Rashid. Again wants to. And he'll get it this time. That's lovely. That's brilliant running.
Second time around. They picked up the gap, and due to the ball just rolling over, they knew the second was on, even though Jos Buttler chased it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from as long as they play him nicely. Don't take any risk against Adil Rashid, it's fine.
Again wants to, finds the gap. That'll be comfortable. That's brilliant batting by Shanto and Ridoy. 8 gone, they're going at 10 and over. 82 for 2.
হরলিক্সে আছে টেস্টি ভাইটাল নিউট্রিয়েন্টস যা আপনার সন্তানের বেড়ে ওঠায় সাহায্য করে।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই, সারা দেশের সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
He just played conventional cricket shots. He could have been wearing all white clothing and there could have been a red ball bowled to him. There was a cover drive and a couple of pull shots. Can he take them home? 34 of just 16 deliveries.
But certainly he's coming of age. He's been playing for a while for Bangladesh. That's a nice shot, very nice. Good camera work by change of bowlers. Sam Curran in the attack. Went for 10 in his very first over. Look at the way Nazmul Hossain Shanto and Tohid Ridoy had batted. That's the future. That's the future of Bangladesh cricket in T20s.
And it's just bearing in mind that England were 135 for 2 in a very, very pretty position. And then the momentum changed. A couple of quick wickets. So Dhaka could get out, and the very next ball, the England captain hit it down long on's throat, and the game turned. And ever since then, Bangladesh have been in control. But we've said it over and over again in T20 cricket. It just takes one good over, and the game can change again. Sam Curran is that type of player. Very seldom is he not in the contest, Sam Curran. He has the ability to take wickets. Buttler wants him to take one now.
Yeah, what Bangladesh has done differently after they lost the wicket of Liton Kumar Das in the 5th over, both these batters took on the bowlers and played conventional shots, just what you mentioned a little while earlier, and I completely agree with you, HD. And look, have a look at the partnership now. 40 of 21, 2 new batters in the crease. They have been in form and they've continued to play in the similar kind of fashion.
Bit of wrist work there. Come over to my side.
Yeah, what they did in the Bangladesh Premier League, and it's such a good sight to see if you're a Bangladesh fan, to have a look at those youngsters putting their hands up, getting an opportunity, and then playing with no fear attitude. They're up against the world champions. It's a terrific sight, and every one of them will be hoping this partnership goes on.
That'll be four. That's just placed.
Now that is such a good shot. We know how well he executed the drive down the ground, the pulls of the back foot. He's cut one from Adil Rashid, but have a look at this. A late cut, knowing where the fielders were and picking up the gaps. Brilliant from Nazmul Hossain Shanto.
2 balls remaining of this 9th over. Curran's already gone for 6. That's all that Bangladesh need. 6 and over. You're talking about these young players that are coming into the side. I think it's also a lesson for selectors around the world to, pick players that are in form. So often teams just continue along their merry way with who they know. Whereas there's players that are playing in some of these franchise leagues or a domestic league, and they're in form. Saw Ronnie Talukdar walk to the wicket. Hasn't played an international for 7-8 years. Walked to the wicket and took it on straight away, full of confidence. And this young man, striking it at over 150, 90 for 2.
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায়। সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
So going at 10 and over. Bangladesh 90 for 2. This partnership 47 of just 25 deliveries. And now Jos Buttler turns to the off spin of Moeen Ali. There is match winners throughout this England side, isn't there? With bat and with ball. This fella's no different. England desperately need a wicket now. He bowled that slowly.
They just have to keep a close eye at that required run rate, because you don't require boundaries. The new bowler in Moeen Ali. And he's confident to play the sweep shot. Of a bowler just come on to bowl. He smashed 425 runs in Bangladesh Premier League. But this is a good start. Good start for the youngster making debut. 33 Doy. What about Shanto? Excellent. That's his numbers. Over 400 runs.
Again they want 2. Again they want 2. Tell you what, don't run yourselves out here. Don't run yourselves out. You've got the game under control.
I think they realize the fact, being so young, they know that there will be gaps, and once they found the gap, they're not hitting it very hard towards that fielder in the deep. And that's the reason why they've been able to convert the singles into 2s. Excellent. It's been a hot day. But they need to be careful, because you really don't want to run out of steam at this stage of the game.
So we've got a Mr. White detergent powder decision pending on a run out.
My decision for the big screen is...
And so the Mr. White detergent powder decision will be not out. And that quick run 2 brought up the 50 partnership. I tell you what, they are showing their fuller rail strokes here, these two.
Yeah, he looks a special player. The shots they've managed to play. Have a look at this, inside out, not an easy shot to play with the spin over the top of the cover fielder. That is a beauty. Another boundary from the bat of Nazmul Sen Shanto. 46 of just 21 with 8 fours in the back for him.
And short, just short, just short. It held in the surface, the leading edge was found, and for a moment the stadium held its breath. Shanto will move to 47. He'll keep the strike. Another impressive over. 10 gone, 98 for 2, and the players are going to take a drink.
ময়লার সাথে দূর করে দুর্গন্ধ আর কাপড় রাখে ফ্রেশ হুইল 2-in-1
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ
স্পেশাল মুহূর্তগুলোতে নাসুক বাধা উকলা স্বীকৃত বাংলা লিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে থাকুন এগিয়ে সব সময় সবখানে বাংলা লিংক
গোলাপের নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা লাক্স
অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও অ্যাটম খাও চাপার জোর বাড়াও
বছরেই এটা ফ্যাকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন
এটা রিন দিয়ে ধোয়া যার ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা রিন অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা
এত চাপ আমি কিভাবে নেব এতটা চাপ সিনেমার কোনো নায়কও নিতে পারেনি যতটা চাপ মাটির 1250 ফুট নিচ পর্যন্ত গিয়েও হাসি মুখে মেনে নেয় RFL ইউপিভিসি ক্লাস পাইপ
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি
বাইরে এসো প্রতিপক্ষের চোখে চোখ রাখো রিভাইভ ট্যালকাম পাউডার আগে রোডটা ফেস করো তারপর লাইফটা জেস করো
ব্যস্ততা তো থাকবেই তাই বলে দায়িত্ব তো এড়ানো যায় না জীবনে একটু স্মার্ট হলেই কিন্তু এই ছোট বড় আনন্দের মুহূর্তগুলোকে উপভোগ করা যায় অনায়াসে আমার ব্যস্ত জীবনকে সহজ করতে সব সময় আছে মধুমতি ব্যাংকের ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট নিরাপদ ও ঝুঁকিমুক্ত মধুমতি ব্যাংক হিসাবের মাধ্যমে সহজ ও দ্রুত মধুমতি ডিজিটাল ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ গো স্মার্ট আপনার জীবনকে করবে নির্ঝঞ্ঝাট স্মার্ট জীবনের স্মার্ট সমাধান গো স্মার্ট
খালামুনি কঠিন তেল চর্বি কিভাবে দূর করে শিখিয়ে দাও না
এই নে ভিম এতে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি যা তোর থালা বাসনের কঠিন তেল চর্বি দূর করবে
ওয়াও থ্যাংক ইউ খালামুনি
খালামুনির থেকে এটাও শিখে নে
খালামুনি তুমি কিভাবে
তুই কি ভেবেছিলি খালামুনি শুধু থালা বাসনই ধুতে পারে
অনেক কিছুই নতুন দেখা যাবে যখন দেখবো থালা বাসন ছাড়িয়ে ভিম
মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড মিস্টার ম্যাঙ্গো ক্যান্ডি কাঁচা আমের স্বাদে গুড মুড গ্যারান্টিড
Simple. England need wickets. If these two just stay and play the next 5 overs, this game should be simple for them, but you never know in 2020. Got to try and hit back. Yeah, and they have to be very cautious against Adil Rashid in particular. His bowling is third. I think it's better if they try and see him out, this one. Well, I'm thinking, could Josh Butler just take a risk? Could he bring a fielder up and say, I think he's talking to him now. Yeah, I sensed it then. Long on, come up to mid-on and just tempt him. He's not all the way in, he's 3/4. Just tempt him. Do you want to take me on? You bet I want to take you on. You as you want, crowd. Bangladesh have their 100 up and in control of this first international T20. This is a shot from a young Tiger Cub. Oh yes, the rush of blood. Young blood goes down on one knee and launches it off the strip for a maximum. A huge shot, 84 metres. Well played. Well played, yeah, not a lot Adil Rashid can do. He's going again. Like it. Putting England under pressure. Why not? Well, you've got them down. Don't let them back in the game. Kill the game off. I think the team management and the captain, they need to be applauded. Kudos to them. I think Ronnie Talukdar was given a license, the opening pair, to go on and play their shots, express themselves. I think the same reflects to this pair, Nazmul Hossain Shanto and Tawhid Hridoy. And above all, they've played for the same side in the BPL 2023. Both play for Sylhet Strikers. Push again, look, they're pushing. They're only going to get one, but I just love it. It's all about intensity. Brilliant.
অ্যাবসেন্ট ম্যাম।
এত বাচ্চা স্কুল আসেনি?
রোগ জীবাণু যেভাবে ছড়িয়ে পড়ছে একজনের থেকে অন্যদের কাছে, কি করে লড়বে ওরা?
রোগ থেকে সুরক্ষিত থাকতে রোগ ছড়ানো ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়তে হবে। এজন্যই লাইফ বয় ভাইরাস ফাইটার, যা ভাইরাসের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করে আপনাকে রাখবে সুরক্ষিত আর সাথে দিবে ফ্রিতে প্রভা হেলথের ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ। শুধু একটি মিসড কল দিন প্যাকে দেয়া নম্বরে।
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
7 Up, ভাবো ফ্রেশ।
Listen to the crowd. The reason is Shanto brings up his half century. What a performance from the left-hander, 50 from 27 balls, strike rate of 185 and 8 fours. Oh, what an innings this has been from Nazmul Hossain Shanto. He carries on with the good form. Yes, he was the top leading run scorer in this BPL. He also was the top scorer for the side in the 2022 World Cup. Oh, now then, I don't think he's got enough of this. Could this be a wicket for England? It is a wicket for England. Listen to the crowd, they have gone silent. It's a good catch by Sam Curran, and England needed that wicket. The experience of Moeen Ali getting the breakthrough, did not connect it properly. Came down the wicket. Sam Curran had to run in a great deal. Wasn't an easy catch under the lights, but just showed the importance of this wicket. He's not happy with himself. He's played a 24 of 17. Bangladesh lose their third at 108.
নাজিয়ানা, আনিকা।
ম্যাডাম, সিনেমা হিরোর নামেই চলে। আপনি চুলে নজর দিন, গরম আর ঘাম চুলে শাইন নষ্ট করে ফেলে।
শাইন তো মন খুলেই করব, আমিও আর আমার চুলও। নতুন সানসিল্ক ব্ল্যাক শাইন, এতে আছে আমলা, পার্ল প্রোটিন আর ভিটামিন ই অ্যাক্টিভ মিক্স, যা চুলকে দেয় 24 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত শাইন। শাইন করব মন খুলে।
Power, চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
5 স্টারের ইফতার রেখে বাসায়?
তোমাকে ছাড়া ইফতার করব?
আমাকে ছাড়া নাকি এই হালিম ছাড়া?
সবচেয়ে সুস্বাদু হালিম রাঁধুনি হালিম। হালিম হোক রাঁধুনি হালিম।
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের
win this game. He just wanted to join in on the party with Nazmul Hossain Shanto, big backlift, but yes, did not time it. But it was a good catch. He had to run in a fair deal with Sam Curran. Do you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I just think he's had that license. Partnership 65 from 39. The running between the wickets, I think go for it. Why not? Still in a good position. You've still got Shakib, Afif left. I want one of these two now to bat all the way through. One of their jobs. Shanto now bat all the way through. If the risk needs to be taken, and there shouldn't be any risks, under sixes and over, there's no risks. But if there's any risks, he takes it. That man there on your screen, if you need to take a risk. All you have to do, rotation of strike, 4 runs from the over, 12 overs gone. Well, look at the score.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম সব সময় অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ।
Took his chances at the very beginning of the innings. There it is, offside, full flow, the drives, full stretch, going to the front foot, the struttle shot. He's paced himself so well and most importantly, ran very well between the wickets as well. There's the wagon wheel all around the ground. Use the pace of the bowler too.
Pace back into the attack then, Mark Wood.
We saw what Shanto did to Mark Wood's first over. Smashed him. And that's not easy. Man who bowls in excess of 145, around about there. Very rare do you see this man dealt with. So credit to Shanto and Bangladesh that they've just come out and said, I tell you what, we're going to take you on. World champions, let's see.
That's a statement. That's a statement, some demonstration of confidence. Taking someone like Mark Wood on. Been criticised for his strike rate, but he's taken the challenge head on.
Ballfield is out on the leg side now, going short. Bowled! Bowled! Mark Wood back into the attack. Shanto maybe thought there was a short ball coming because of the field set. He went full, and England have their 4th.
Mark Wood has the last laugh. Was back of a length, but did not bounce as much as he anticipated there. Nazmul Hussain Shanto, and beaten for pace. Beaten for pace. Wasn't a defensive shot, was looking to hit it on the onside. He's out for 51. A nice knock from him of 30 deliveries. He's not happy though. Bangladesh 112 for 4.
কাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
একটা বয়সে এসে কোলেস্টেরল, হার্ট ডিজিজ, মুটিয়ে যাওয়া, কিন্তু আমাদের হতে হবে ফিট। নিউ ইমপ্রুভড ফিট বিস্কিট। ফিট থাকলেই হিট।
Now then, a little bit of pressure now on Bangladesh and Shakib. The new batter, Afif Hussain. A man who's played quite a few international T20s. Good strike rate. Won't need that today. Not when you need under 60s to win the game. Beautifully set up this by Mark Wood. Ballfield is put out on the leg side. Signalling to Shanto there's a short delivery coming. That's hit top of middle stump. That hasn't kept low. That's just been well bowled. Psychologically putting it in the batter's head. There's a short ball coming and double bluffing. Now then, are we seeing England just trying to come back into this contest? Good innings from him though. Don't take nothing away from that. 51 from 30. So good.
To come back from Mark Wood, and you called it. Was set up, playing with the batsman's mind. We haven't seen Chris Jordan yet. On the top side, the champions of white ball cricket for a reason. And another thing Butler has done is kept 2 overs from Moeen Ali remaining. 2 left-handed batters in the crease with Shamim Hussain, who's a left-handed as well, to come in.
Certainly was exposure. Exposing your stumps. That's the problem when you're a batter. It's good when you're a bowler, I can tell you. Not that I ever bowled at 146 in my dreams. Poor stump cam. Little bit of a delay because obviously that ball shattered stump cam, so we've had to have a new one taken out. So we're just getting all the stumps and the bails sorted, the zinger bails. Looks like we're all set. That's good. Right, so another left-hander in. The field that was set to Shanto now is changed, so there's no deep mid-wicket, there's no deep long on, they're all up in the field. I'm surprised, could he have a slip? Just for a ball, could he have had a slip? Oh, pace. Pace in the air, can Butler get there? No. Wow, that is a quick delivery to start your innings. Not sure he played it that well. Sheer pace, attacked Afif Hussain on this occasion. 142 the first delivery, 146, and now 144. Oh, I think his bat almost hit the wickets. Look at him dive. He's shouting dive to Jos Buttler. He's not Superman. Now then, change of angle for Shakib. Round the wicket. Long on his back. That's what they think they can get. Maybe if they can get Shakib out then and expose that middle order, could they just come back in? Required rate just going up to 6, still comfortable. Keeping the atmosphere high with one of those lovely Mexican waves. Superb atmosphere here at the Zohran and Chaudhary Stadium in Chattogram. The cell phones are lit. It's not even dark completely. Yes, 2 new batters in the crease for Bangladesh. Have some building to do. Leg slip now in place. Leg slip in place. He's going short, or is he double bluffing? No, he's going short. And this will be pulled away for a boundary. Gamble to go short again. And Afif has his first boundary. Just wayward from Mark Wood. Helped it on his way, did Afif Hussain with the pace of Mark Wood. Just use the pace. This is smart batting. Yeah, they have no mid-off at the moment. And they have an extra cover, which is Moeen Ali, which is more like an extra cover. So the gamble would go short. If he drives him down the ground, it's a boundary. And he's got that leg slip in place, which is Chris Wokes. Pace. Kind of an interesting over. Wicket and 7 runs. Bangladesh 118 for 4.
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
Shamim, Mustafa Zur and Hassan, the next 3 in. Moeen Ali. Slip in place. 39 from 41 pressurised situations, you want your big players. Shakib is that big player. Edged. This may run away for a boundary. Adil Rashid will not cut that off, so a little bit of luck for Shakib, but he won't mind, it's a boundary.
Not very deliberate, but a bit of fortune is needed. Fortune favours the outside edge, and yes, 4 runs should help the cause of the Tigers.
I'm not sure he needs to do that. Ball spinning away, does he really need to do that? 35 from 40. He's running down again. Why? Just be happy with taking singles. The game is won. The only way England win this game from here is if they get bowled out.
Till Shamim Hussain to come. Taskin can bat a bit as well.
That's it. All you need to do. Take the sting out of the game.
Just to run a ball, less than a run a ball required. Just have to be very patient, pick out the right deliveries, put them in the gap. Above all, if they can take singles and doubles regularly, I think they would be easing the pressure off.
Oh, reverse. Reverse. It certainly is a different brand. I don't mind it. Just be careful. At times you have to just make the simple options, take the simple options, win the game. Up and over. Oh no, dropped. Would have been an absolute spectacular catch from David Malan. He got one hand to it and then another hand and eventually put it down. End of the over, 14 gone. 1, 2, 3 for 4.
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 25 টাকা কমে মাত্র 80 টাকায়। সুরক্ষা এখন আরো সাশ্রয়ী।
আধুনিক এবিএস ম্যাটেরিয়ালে তৈরি শাইন ওয়াল শাওয়ারে নেই মরিচা পড়ার ভয়। শাইন ওয়াল শাওয়ার মানেই জং মুক্ত পানিতে প্রশান্তিময় গোসল। শাইন, রুচির প্রশ্নে আপোষহীন।
123 for 4 then. Bangladesh, remember, set 157 to win. They need 34. Could have been the 5th wicket. A last ball of Moeen's over. Reverse sweep from Afif. One hand, then got another hand. Nearly an absolute worldie. Perhaps probably save 4.
Would have been a stunner. Well, did get his fingers to it on the second attempt as well. Very lucky. Chris Jordan introduced into the attack just in the 15th over.
This is normally where he bowls, short and wide, just where Shakib wants it. And just the start of the over that Bangladesh needed too.
That's got away. Use the pace of the bowler. Was close to him, but he does like it there. The Shakib Al Hasan plays the cut shot so very well. No risk there.
.30 from 35. They are believing. They are believing, the crowd. Remember, this is first of 3 international T20s. Teams will move north to Dhaka for the final 2. A couple of good deliveries after that poor wide short delivery.
made the difference, did Nazmul Hussain Shanto. 51 of 30 with 8 boundaries, striking at 170. So Shakib and Afif now have to get it over the line. Oh, possible run out then, just sent back. All of a sudden, 3 dots after that boundary. A good early shout from Shakib, don't mind that. Good calling, good calling. Tell you what, it's getting intense in here. It's probably intense in there as well. All chipped. Didn't go back to Chris Jordan. He is very good at taking catches off his own bowling. Was in the air for a bit, but thankfully for Bangladesh, oh, it was just whiskers away from Chris Jordan, not too far away. But the President of the Bangladesh Cricket Board, Mr. Nazmul Hussain, Minister of Parliament, in presence here at the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhry, along with other dignitaries of the Bangladesh Cricket Board, are enjoying this. The Tigers giving the champions of T20 a hard run. Just need to be calm. Calm wins this game for Bangladesh. End of the 15th over. There's 5 overs to go. Bangladesh need 29 to win.
ট্রাভেলে ক্ষুধার মজাদার আর হেলদি সমাধান মিস্টার নুডলসের কাপ নুডলস। স্বাদ নাও ভালোবাসার।
$29 in 30 with 6 wickets in hand. Yes, he did pick up a boundary, Shakib Al Hasan, in that previous over, but he did not rotate the strike, especially in that last over. Again, a dot to start this over. But this will certainly build up some sort of pressure. That's fine. Picking up a single. 28 in 28. Which way this is going, HD?
Well, I think Bangladesh are going to be saying they want to get 28 in 22. They don't want to take this to the last over. The last thing you want to do is have to face the last over of this match. You should cruise to victory here.
Playing the sweep. Bowler, keeper, asking.
If they keep ticking it over, if they keep scoring the odd single, the occasional 2, it'll force England to make a play. They'll have to bring a boundary fielder up, and then a boundary will be able to get achieved. There's a shot. There's a shot. A little simple use of the feet.
Excellent from the skipper, Shakib Al Hasan. Lovely use of the feet. And dead straight over the bowler. That is a terrific hit. Lovely shot, releases some pressure, pulls it back. Again, this might just fail, go to the boundary. It does, 4 more. They need 19 of 25.
There's a long off. There's a sweeper on the offside boundary. Shakib knows exactly what he's doing here. He goes up and over extra cover. And that just runs away for 4. That's clever batting.
Already 10 in this over, and you're talking about if you hit boundaries, they will probably have the fielders coming inside. This is long on, has just come on inside at mid-on. Trying to save the single. It's a good over for Bangladesh, 10 in that over. 138 for 4.
খুঁজি দেখি শিখি দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে এখনই গ্রামীণ ফোন।
And turning out to be a nail-biting finish here. Bangladesh required 19 of 24. Very much gettable. Shakib Al Hasan unbeaten on 23, guiding his troops. With him is Afif Hussain. They've added 26 of 22.
Very gettable. Are you a bit nervous sitting alongside me here? They need 4 and over.
That's exactly what I said. Remember, England were in a strong position when they lost few wickets. They only managed to score 30 runs in the last 5 overs. Chris Jordan being replaced by Jofra Archer. Yeah, really good over. The last one. Have a look at that. Yeah, they just come down. At this stage of the game, 135 for 3 England, 138 for 4. 19. Well, this can be the crucial over. Nicely played. He's looking for the second. Shakib will not be interested.
That's all that's required. This is the over in the England innings when the damage was done. When Dhaka had got out the previous ball or the final ball of the 16th. And then the first ball of the 17th over was when Jos Buttler got himself out, and the England innings just fell away, badly fell away from being in such a position of strength. Here it's all about cricketing nous. Knock it around. There will be a bad ball off. Archer will give you pace to work with.
It's come round the wicket. It's a short delivery. Oh! Neither Adil Rashid nor the other fielder looked like didn't want it. Just stood Sam Curran, the fielder, in the deep.
No one wants this. This is in the air for a long time. Both look at each other, and eventually it's too late.
Certainly there was an opportunity there for England. In the end, it was a single. One of the single added. If Bangladesh go on to win this first T20 international, it's going to be a huge boost. Remember, they've not done well in this format of the game. They're taking on the world champions. Here's the few frontline players. Such a strong bench strength. English team. Again, it's a short one. 15 now in 20.
You can only play against what's put in front of you. And if players choose to go and play in leagues rather than represent their countries, well, then you can't use second stringers as an excuse. No. And I don't think England will use it as an excuse. Not at all.
Shot. That is a beauty. That is a gorgeous looking cover drive from Afif Hussain.
Now you can shake his head, Jofra Archer, but he's not defending very many here. That is a classical extra cover drive. It's a half volley and away it goes.
It was full, it was wide, but you still have to put it away. And that's exactly what Afif Hussain did. 11 runs in 19, already 8 in this over. Again, playing it late. Single to finish the over, 9 in that over. Bangladesh required 10 runs in 18 deliveries. 147 for 4. Right. Bangladesh just need 10 more runs to pull off a victory in the first T20 international against the world champions. In with a chance. Results in the T20 internationals since 2021. India right at the top with a 67% win. All over Pakistan, New Zealand, England at number 4. Have a look at Bangladesh way down the order, just above West Indies. So it'll be a big boost for them if they can hang on and score those 10 runs.
You know, the coach has been heard in the press, or it's been seen in the press, what he intends to do with this Bangladesh T20 side. He wants to see some of these young players, see what they can do. He understands that they need to improve their power hitting game. As already said, he wants them to be the best fielding side in the world. That's a controllable.
Chris Jordan back in the attack around the wicket. That they can easily do it in singles from here on. 9 required now. And you also give a credit to someone like Shakib Al Hasan, the skipper. It looks a different team under his leadership, and especially in this format.
Well, he had us fooled as well, because at the toss he decided that they would chase. Many of us thought, well, that's a bit risky. But he's put his money where his mouth is.
Shot. One bounce to the fence. He's such a good player, he hardly misses out. They now need 5 more to go one up in the series.
Picked a slower ball, waited, and hit it straight over mid-off.
Yeah, what a moment this will be for Bangladesh and the fans who've stayed back. It's a full house, make no mistake. They've come in big numbers, realizing the fact that the last one-day international which was played here, Bangladesh went on to win by a big margin of 50 runs. And that just gave them enough hope for them to come back in big numbers, to realize that they can do it also international. And that too against the world champions. Shot. It'll only be a 1. That's absolutely fine. So it goes over 150 with that boundary. Now it's 153.
Partnership 41 of 32. Well, these two teams will leave Chattogram and they will head to Mirpur for the final 2 T20 internationals. Different type of surface there. We've seen a pitch in Mirpur which has assisted the spinners somewhat in the 2 ODIs that were played at that ground. And there is plenty of talent in that department on both teams. Bangladesh should go 1-0 up, but this series still very much alive.
Yeah, those 4 wickets after the 16th over, really the innings fell off for England because they were well placed at 135 for 2. But what a remarkable turnaround after those 4 wickets. Bangladesh needed a good start, and they did have a good start, 33 in quick time. Have a look at the splits. Very good. 30 for 4 in the last 5, England. Has sliced it away and then gone past the field. It's over. And the winning run comes from the bat of the skipper, Shakib Al Hasan. Bangladesh win, and win handsomely by 6 wickets.
Well, the skipper needed to be there to take them over the line. After Shanto was dismissed, you thought there might be a stutter, a glimmer of hope for England. But Shakib Al Hasan, along with Afif, their partnership of 46 of 34, very professionally done. They took them over the line. It's a wonderful performance by Bangladesh. They improved in every department that they needed to improve on. They weren't very good in the first 6 overs over the last few years. They matched England there. They matched England in the middle period where they had struggled, and at the back end, England continue to struggle at the back end. Here's the winning runs. They may be fortunate, but what a victory it's been here for Bangladesh.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. Simply brilliant from Shakib and company. That's what the fans would have waited for, to see whether Bangladesh can go and win against England in this format of the game. Shanto was brilliant with the bat. 51 of just 30 deliveries set the tone for the match. Tohid Hridoy also showed signs that he belongs up there. It's such a great sight. And you got to give credit to the selectors to have that self-belief, and the ones that did so well in the recently concluded Bangladesh Premier League. Shakib right at the top with that winning shot. He's the boss, make no mistake, the champion, who ensures that Bangladesh go one up in a 3-match series. Bangladesh, that's what they did for the chase. They needed 157. Yes, there were double digits for everybody.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম সবাইকে। আমার চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করবেন আশা করি সবাই, আর চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমার সাথে থাকবেন। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ আজকে খেলা দেখার জন্য, এবং আশা করি সামনের দিনও আমরা চ্যানেলটিতে আপনাদের সম্পূর্ণ খেলা দেখাতে পারবো। তো চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের সাথে থাকুন। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে। চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমাদের সাথে থাকুন। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে।
Was the match-winning partnership, and then Shakib, well, he just steered them to victory. They didn't have a huge score to defend England, and they weren't at their best. Rashid 1 for 25 in 3. Moeen Ali, the pick of them, 1 for 27 in 4. But they'll have to be a lot better come the second T20 international.
It was important, the kind of approach that they had when they went on to open the innings. Ronnie Taluk, they smashed the first one for the boundary, pulled, but then he just couldn't pick up the googly from Adil Rashid. Bit sloppy on the side of Lichun Kumar Das to play that particular shot to get dismissed. But then we saw Nazmuddin Shanto taking up 4 boundaries in 1 over, and also taking up his 3rd T20 international 50. Tohid Hridoy trying to hit 1 more 6, getting dismissed in that fashion. He was cleaned up with a quick delivery.
Nafif Hussain, he joined the captain Shakib Al Hassan, and there were a few nerves in the ground because many felt, well, if England could break this partnership, that they could bowl Bangladesh out. But Shakib and Nafif ensured that they got there safely. Some wonderful strokes.